that's a great thing. It's football weather. No more water breaks, of course. That's over with. And obviously, a good game expected here tonight. And why not? The Crusaders, who I have ranked number 2 in the state in my Sports NOLA 5A poll, come into this game with a record of 4-0 and coming off of a huge victory, Curtis, 40-37 in overtime a week ago. And the Purple Knights 1-3, but they're coming off of a huge 32-20 victory over Jesuit in their District 9 5A opener. So both of these teams 1-0. The winner of this game will tie Holy Cross at 2-0 for first in the Catholic League. Holy Cross going to 2-0 after beating Jesuit in double overtime 28-21 last night. Rummel going to 1-0 in the league after they defeated Shaw earlier today 49-14 in a game heard right here on our audience on WGSO, also at WGSO.com, and streaming video at SportsNOLA.com this evening. And we're sure glad that you're able to join us. This is a rivalry that is renewed. One of the really good ones, a neighborhood rivalry. This will be the 45th meeting. St. Augustine leads the all-time series 25-19. Brother Martin to 29. And this figures to be another exciting game here tonight based upon the talent level on hand. We'll be joined by Chad LaRose and Lenny Sumich coming up here shortly here from Tad Gormley Stadium. Of course, our field reporter is Richard Tiberville, who joins us now as well. And Richard, good evening to you.
Good evening. After being down on the field earlier with you when you got to talk to Coach Bonis and some of the other Brother Martin staff members, glad I'm up here for at least a little bit. It's going to be the wind's whipping down there, and it's going to be chilly, especially as the sun goes down.
Really is, and obviously that's good because it's now football weather, and it's clearly a situation where the players will benefit from it. When you look back at last week's game and when you look at what Brother Martin's been able to do, of course, points, you'd be hard-pressed to find that they've done that any time in the last decade or so, so that was very impressive.
And the funny thing is, if you talk, and we've talked at length with Coach Bonis, he was upset that they didn't have more because he saw chances that the Patriots presented to them that they thought they could have taken advantage. A very explosive offense that Brother Martin possesses, as the numbers point out easily. And, of course, it's all riding on the backs of number 9, Bruce Jordan Swilling. But it is, when you look at Brogy last week had over 300 yards passing on just, a dozen or 2 dozen attempts. Very effective, like Irv Smith. And, Texas A&M commit. And, the other guy, it does open the passing game that maybe Brother Martin hasn't relied on in the past, but a good game manager like Brogy, he's been getting better every year, his 3rd year starting now. And it's last week that helped keep the holes open for Bruce Jordan Swilling. And then the smart decision in overtime last week on the game-winning play where he kept it, went around end, and completely surprised everybody. I know it surprised the Curtis Patriot defenders to see him suddenly go around the end when everyone was targeting Jordan Swilling, and yet it was Brogy who scored on the 10-yard rush on first down in overtime.
Crusaders averaging 52.5 points per game. They allow 33.3 per game, but improving on the defensive side of the football. Bruce Jordan Swilling leading the state of Louisiana in rushing, entering the weekend with 110 carries, 19 touchdowns, averaging 248 yards per contest. As a result, Jake Brogy continuing to play at a very high level. Jake has completed 44 of 72 passes for 942 yards and 6 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Not known for pick the right time and the right place, and he got it done, and that was awesome. And it produced a Brother Martin victory last week.
And as Brogy, when I got to interview him at the end of last week's game, he said it was something they hadn't practiced much at all, and yet it just happened to be the time to call it. And I think it surprised you up here because I didn't surprise you up here, surprised everyone else down here. Surprised me because I was looking at Jordan Swilling going into the mass of humanity that was the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden Brogy flashes in front of my eyes, and he has the ball.
It was special, and it was a great accomplishment. St. Augustine under the direction of first-year head coach Al Jones. Al's a friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. Played at Tulane, was a captain there for Larry Smith. Former assistant coach at St. Augustine back in 1981 when he started. Then he became the head coach at Nichols and Cohen, and I did many of his games on television back in the 80s, in particular at Nichols, and former principal at Desire Street Academy and Cohen. And Of course, he's the father of former St. Augustine star Raheem Alem and the father of Chad Jones, of course, who is an outstanding player at LSU in football and baseball in particular. So Al's a good man, and obviously this is a dream opportunity for him at St. Augustine High School. The Purple Knights, as mentioned, coming off of that big win over Jesuit a week ago, and they're led by their fine quarterback, Justice McCoy, the junior, big arm, 65 of 117 completions, 843 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Darrell Landry's a scat back, fast kid who can make plays. Of course, they have a very good player in Tacolby Williams who can run it and catch it. And, of course, the big tight end, Jamal Pettigrew, who's 6'7", 250, and he looks all of that. He's huge, and he's good. And, obviously, that is somebody that Brother Martin will have to contend with in this game. Looking forward to it. Of course, Richard will be on the field with us, and Richard will let you get down there to go do your job, man.
Yeah, before I go chill out, I just want to mention one last thing, though. In last week's win against Jesuit, St. Aug was able to corral 5 turnovers from the Blue Jays. That's definitely a recipe for success for the Purple Knights, and was definitely a recipe for disaster for Jesuit. Brother Martin has to be good on ball security tonight if they want to make sure they're successful tonight against the Purple Knights. And now I'm going to go chill outside, literally.
Why don't you go do that? Go chill, man.
All right.
That's it. We'll sit up here with our shorts and we'll be comfortable. That's Richard Tiberville, our field reporter, Brother Martin class of 2003. Thanks, Richard. We'll take a timeout here. When we return in just a moment, I'll be joined by my comrades, Chad LaRose and Lenny Sumich. This is Brother Martin Crusaders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and at SportsNola.com. Chad LaRose, Lenny Sumich. We'll be hearing from Art Moniz coming up in just a bit as well. It's Brother Martin at St. Augustine. Rivalry renewed, as mentioned. St. Augustine leads the all-time series 25-19, but Brother Martin a winner last year 41-29 in the game heard right here on WGSO. We're back at you again to bring you this game this year. Chad, great to have you with us. Obviously, Brother Martin coming off of what I think is a program-making type of victory. And I say that with all due respect to what's been a really good program at Brother Martin. But when you beat a John Curtis, and when you beat them the way they beat them after they came storming back and forced the game to overtime, that to me it makes a loud statement about where this program is, which is, in my estimation, at the top of the heap. That's why I'll put them number 2 in the state in my SportsNola.com 5A poll this week.
And I couldn't disagree with you there, Kenny. You know, this is a John Curtis program that everybody knows about very well in Louisiana, if not the country. A program that, when we went to state back in '89, I think held us to maybe a couple first downs and gave us a goose egg on the board. So to see that, they gave up 40 last week, Lenny said it. I don't think anybody's done that to Curtis since 1971. So, but yeah, absolutely. We've seen the progression of this team and Coach Bonice and, just his development as well as some of these kids that are playing now. And it's just, it's remarkable. And it's good to see Brother Martin being, how when we grew up in the 80s, this is how Brother Martin was year in and year out. It wasn't a fluke that, Brother Martin was a dominant football team. And, being in a position they are now against, Rummel going to play teams in New Jersey and in Mississippi, and Jesuit being the state championship last year, it couldn't have come at a better time. So, yeah, we couldn't be more proud of the program right now, and I'm looking forward to a great game tonight against St. Aug.
Such a fun league. Lenny Sumich with us. And Dr. Sumich, listen, I was talking to Scott Williams on the field earlier, and he told me a very interesting thing. He smiled. He says, what's amazing about this league? He said, last week, all three teams that won were not supposed to win. Every one of them, Everybody picked the other teams last week. Every team that won last week was not supposed to win. Nobody expected St. Augustine to beat Jesuit. Most people picked Shaw to beat Holy Cross as they did last year. And, of course, people picking John Curtis to beat Brother Martin. And understandably so when you look at things. But that's what tells you that this league is pretty special. We know that coming in, and that's why tonight is very important to both sides here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kenny. Like you mentioned, look, the Catholic League, you go back in time to the 80s, 90s, to 2000s, it's a dogfight week in, week out. And I think this is one of the toughest leagues this year that it's been since maybe the mid-'80s and the '85, '86 time when you had Great Shaw, Rummel, Brother Martin, St. Aug teams that were just, it was, every week you're just going to beat each other up every week. And the addition of John Curtis to the league just adds more to it. And, last week was a great win for the Crusaders. And, let's be honest, for the last 20 years, with a few exceptions, it's been kind of lean for Brother Martin. And I think last year they built on something, and this team is building on that. And they're doing a great job so far this year, 4-0. Chance to go 5-0 tonight against a very, very tough St. Augustine opponent. Defensively, they stepped it up last week. Despite the 37 points, there's a lot of special teams issues there. But great offense, and I'm looking forward to this evening's ball game.
Yeah, Curtis had the off week this week, and last night an instant classic in double overtime. Holy Cross beating Jesuit 28-21 in the Great American Rivalry Series. Terrific game heard right here, actually seen on our website at sportsnola.com and live on our television station, WHNO TV 20. And then in case you missed it earlier today on WGSO, Rummel breezed to a 49-14 win over Shaw. And as mentioned, Curtis had the weekend off, so this concludes this weekend of Catholic League play. St. Augustine, you know what to expect. Size, speed, skill, quarterback that can throw it through a brick wall, and Justice McCoy. He's talented, tight end that's 6'7", and can play in Jamal Pettigrew. And this is a team that last week not only beat Jesuit by 12, they really controlled the game and very easily could have won by more just watching that game, Chad.
Yeah, and St. Aug is a team that, they're going to be physical. They're going to be fast. And the key to St. Aug, and me and Lenny talk about this every year, and it was like that when we played 25-plus years ago. If you get on them quick and you control the game, they're a very beatable team. But if you give them anything, any kind of momentum, they're a very streaky team. It's going to be a long, long night. And this team is definitely no exception, as Jesuit found out last week. So, Brother Martin, no turnovers. They definitely have to improve special teams from last week. If we do that and play on offensive, defensive side of the ball, we'll be okay. It's
a neighborhood rivalry. It's the final game of what has been the Archbishop Hannon Classic to be played here tonight. It's Brother Martin and St. Augustine. We'll take a timeout here. When we return, you'll hear from Brother Martin head coach Mark Bonice. And this is Brother Martin football on WGSO, 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. Ken Trahan with Brother Martin. you can't linger. It's got to move on because here's another tough test tonight in St. Aug.
Yeah, always. You know, in our district, there's everybody you play every week is a very tough opponent. And you look at St. Aug, and they're hot right now. You look at them offensively, they pitch and catch with the best of them in the state, and then defensively, it'll be a challenge for us. They got a great front four, and two really good linebackers, so we have our hands full. But our kids have a good week of practice. We put to rest our defense on Monday, and I think our guys are ready to play.
Your offense has been fabulous from the start this year. And I know it sounds strange when people see the score from last year, but your defense, I thought, played very well.
Yeah, defense played very well. They called the board. I think 3 turnovers it was, and they really did play well. I'll credit them. Take away, I'd say 3 touchdowns away from that. That we let them have on special teams. That's really how our defense played. But what we're looking for right now is a complete game. We've yet to put it all together in all 3 phases.
And obviously with St. Augustine, you talked about some of the skill and their defensive line, obviously. And, of course, they had a big win last week over Jesuit, which has to give them a degree of confidence.
There's no doubt. I mean, they're 1-0 in the district, and they're playing well right now. They've got you look at them, and they got some really good players. So we know this. It's going to be a battle. It's always a war when these 2 teams get together, and we're expecting nothing less.
As always, Mark, thanks for the visit. Best of luck to you this evening.
Thank you very much.
That's Mark Moniz, the head coach of the Raleigh Martin Crusaders. The captains are meeting at the center of the field. Raleigh Martin is kind of strange. This is St. Augustine's home game, and yet they're wearing white tops tonight with purple pants, purple headgear. Raleigh Martin gets to wear their homes. Their red jerseys with the same flavored helmets and white pants. So even though they're the visitors here tonight, they get a chance to wear their home uniforms as the captains do meet at the center of the field. Let's tell you about the weather here tonight, and it's downright nice. 66 degrees right now, cloudy skies. It's been cloudy all day, and the wind, as we speak, is out of the north at 11 miles an hour, so it's great.
Thank you for this evening. We ask that you bless the teams that are playing here tonight in this Archbishop Haddon Classic game. We thank you especially for the ability and the many skills to participate in this game. We ask that you watch over the athletes, grant them a heart full with good sportsmanship and Christ-like attitude. Continue to watch over the coaches, the referees, and for all the fans and members and their families who are watching this game. We will continue to reflect Christ in all that we say, in all that we do, in all who we are. Make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And please remain standing and remove your hats for the presentation of the flags, followed by the play of our national anthem.
So the national anthem should be played by the St. Augustine Purple Eye Marching Band. St. Augustine Marching 100, outstanding rendition of our national anthem as we get set for action here this evening. Ken Trahan along with Lenny Sumich and Chandler Rose from historic Tad Gormley Stadium. Glad you joined us. Of course, Richard Tiberville has made his way to the sideline, the Brother Martin sideline, and that's where he's standing by. And Richard, good to have you back. I hope you're not too cold, buddy.
Yeah, Ken. It's not the air temperature that's going to be the issue. It's the wind that you mentioned blowing at like 15 miles an hour. It's definitely howling toward the open end of the stadium here at Tad Gormley. Now, I know during the pregame we talked a bunch about the win last week against John Curtis, but Coach Boney said by about Monday the team knew that there was a lot to learn from that in that he was not happy with. And so he said they may have been feeling good after the win, but come Monday after film study, they knew that there was still a lot to develop from. Back up to you, Ken.
Okay, thanks very much, Richard. And Brother Martin will have the wind at its back to get this game started. And if you're Brother Martin, I think you kind of like that with the way the wind's blowing. If you can set the tone by getting a stop quickly and get the ball, good things will happen. But getting a stop, of course, is the optimum phrase there because it's not easy to do so against St. Augustine, who will drop twin receivers deep, including Garland LaFrance and Darrell Landry. And Brother Martin set to kick it off with Blake Carolou, who has it teed up on the left hash mark of the 40-yard line. He will have a prevailing wind behind his back as he tries to deliver one into the end zone if possible. St. Augustine will line up at about its 10-yard line with their two deep men here. And LaFrance and Landry wait on it. We are underway. The kick is away. He's hit it high and deep. It's going to be fielded at the 1. It's returnable for Landry running left. And they're going to run a reverse right away. Coming the other way, and it's open to Colby Williams at the 20. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. Williams cuts back at the 45 and knocked out of bounds. Nice wrinkle on the opening play for St. Aug. And to Colby Williams, one of their best players, has a nice return on the reverse to about the 47-yard line. And that's where St. Augustine will put it in play, 1st and 10, led by their fine junior quarterback, Justice McCoy. There is a discussion going on. I don't see a flag anywhere, although the officials are talking as we speak, and I'm still surveying the field for Lennon, and I don't see any. Now they're going over to talk to the St. Augustine sideline.
There's a flag on the far sideline, maybe offside on Brother Martin.
On the other side, yeah, if it's on that side, it's right by the 40. That's offside on Brother Martin, and if that's the case, St. Augustine would likely want the ball unless it's a dead ball situation. If it's a dead ball situation, it'll help Brother Martin.
Well, you're not kidding.
So we're waiting for a clarification on that. The St. Aug offense is on the field, and it looks like
let me get the 5 yards in addition to it.
They're going to stay on the field. They're going to get the 5 yards. No, this is on St. Aug.
Huh.
This is a major penalty on St. Augustine. This is 15 yards. How about that? And it's going all the way back to the 32-yard line. So right away, a big 15-yard penalty on the Purple Knights negates great field position. They still have pretty good field position at their own 32.
I tell you what, where the flag was thrown is right around where the ball was kicked, Kenny, on the far sideline, on the St. Aug sideline. And I didn't see what happened.
1st and 10 from the 32. Here's McCoy in shotgun. He has a trip set to the left side of the field and a single receiver to the right. It's LaFrance behind him. Long count from McCoy, takes the snap, gives to LaFrance, and he's in traffic, and he's gone down. Simone Anderson is there for the Crusaders along with Andre Walker. So LaFrance, not much there, and it's going to be 2nd down for the Purple Knights and about 9 yards to go.
Yeah, Lenny, we've seen this from St. Aug over the years where they're going to come out with a spread, but then, next series they could very well have, a tight end and a quarterback under center. So right now it looks like St. Aug selecting a no huddle, getting the plays from the sidelines, which is what's going on today in high school football, but looks like they're selecting with the spread offense.
2nd and 9 from the 33. McCoy takes the snap. He wants to throw. He's got time. He guns it outside. It's caught, and breaking a tackle midfield to Colby Williams. Cuts outside of the 45, avoids another, and is hit from behind by Swilling. And he fumbled the ball. Trey Swilling forced a fumble from behind, and who's got it? Brother Martin has the ball, and it's their ball. Brother Martin's got the ball. Still waiting on the official signal.
No.
Wow, they're saying he was down.
The referee said it was Ball. Maybe
they said he was down, McCoy. Wow. I did not see that at all.
Well, McCoy was Williams was swinging the ball around as he was making his moves. Did a very good job on that post route, getting the yards, but was having that ball out loose, and looked like he was able to get back on the ball.
Well, McCoy has a great arm. I mean, into the wind. He threw a rifle shot there to the Brother Martin 44 and a first down here. As the Purple Knights have something going. Again, a trip set right the wide side, and McCoy wants to throw. Steps up, quarterback draw. He's got room. 40, 35, slides down with a first down at about the 32-yard line. Planned play and well devised and disguised. And a first down for the Purple Knights to the 32 as McCoy comes out looking good.
Yeah, I tell you what they're doing, St. Aug's doing is doing what Carr did a couple weeks ago against the Brother Martin defense. They're spreading them out, and Carr had a lot of success in just spreading the defense out and finding the holes in the middle in the screen passing game. So Brother Martin's got to tighten up a little bit here and just be real careful about things.
On first down. Pistol formation. McCoy wants to throw again. It doesn't. Traffic. It's incomplete. Good coverage on the play. Swilling was there for Brother Martin. Intended for Pettigrew. Also there was Brendan Brown. Bracket coverage on the big tight end, as you must cover him that way. And it's second down and 10.
Yeah, we're going to need Andre Walker and Clapp. They had big games against Curtis last week, especially when they were the few times they did pass, but they were able to get penetration. And you know, now that St. Aug has that 4 wide receiver spread, they're really going to need them to get penetration in that quarterback to kind of disrupt their flow, because it looks like McCoy, he's kind of quarterback. If he gets going 1 or 2 times, it's going to be a long night.
Pistol formation again, second and 10 of the Brother Martin 32. A covey of receivers to the right. And they're going to run it inside with LaFrance. He bucks to the 30, and then he's driven back. Good job by the interior of the Crusader defense. Jordan Tafaro among those there. And LaFrance gets to the 30, where it will be third down and 8 yards to go.
I tell you, one of the keys to this game defensively for Lamar, and I think, is one, to stuff their run inside, what they've done a good job so far, but also to get some pressure on the quarterback, because you don't want him standing back there and being able to survey the field and throw at will. Oh, come on.
Well, Martin jumps defensively. That's going to cost them 5.
Not a good time for that.
Walker a little bit premature. First penalty on the Crusaders for 5 yards, so a 3rd and 8 becomes a 3rd and 3.
And watch the quarterback draw again. You know, Brother Martin's defense, they're spread out quite a bit. Those outside linebackers are kind of trying to cover those slot receivers, so they get through that first level. McCoy could have, you know, some yards to get that first down.
3rd and 3 from the 25. Single back behind McCoy, who takes the snap. Steps up. There's the draw, and it's wide open. 20, 15, slides down. I mean, you guys called it. And a good call by Al Jones and the Purple Knight staff, and a first down to the 15, a gain of 10.
That's one of the things, Lenny. And Curtis, you know, last week had a running quarterback, but didn't really utilize him that much. But McCoy here, if he runs the ball, that's going to cause problems for Brother Martin's defensive line. I mean, if they got to come back and protect those passing lanes, and the quarterback has some room to run, that's going to cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, they're spreading them out and just opening up those lanes. And design play, good call by the St. Aug staff.
I think you guys said it. They've seen the Carr tape, and obviously Carr had quite a bit of success spreading them out. Back to pass. McCoy steps up. He's going to run right, gets a block, and he'll get down at about the 10-yard line. So McCoy gets 5 more. And it's 2nd and 5 from the Brother Martin 10.
And that's going to be a little tougher to do here for St. Aug as they get down to the red zone here. Everything kind of tightens up. But, you know, you almost think about maybe putting a spy on that guy, Chad. You know, he's run three plays for big yardage each time. So it's just you got to be careful. Don't give up the easy touchdown.
Stay with the 4 receiver set. 4-man front for the Crusaders, 2nd and 5. Single set back behind McCoy. That's Hooray Barberin. McCoy, a long count, takes the snap, wants to throw the slant, and does, and it's incomplete. Incomplete. He hit Landry right in the hands. Would have been a touchdown. He simply let the ball go right through his hands.
Crusaders get a break there. That was actually a good pass. The receiver just dropped the ball there, Kenny and Chad. Would have been an easy touchdown. Crusaders catch a break there on 2nd down.
A perfect play call, perfect throw, everything right except the catch. And now it's 3rd and 5 from the 10.
Now, Lenny, watch out. Tight end number 80, Jamal Pettigrew, who's 6'7", comes into the game right now. So
we got lots of guys 6'7".
Yeah,
over him, Chad.
Sure.
And a lot of reads for St. Aug. They'll get to the line of scrimmage and then look over to the side to see what they want to do after they get the defensive look. 3rd down and 5. Play clock's down to 5. McCoy in the pistol, takes the snap, fakes it. He's going to roll right. Has pressure. Got away from one. He's looking. He's throwing it away. Great defense by the Crusaders. And that's a missed opportunity for the Purple Knights. And now a decision to be made for Al Jones. Remember, the wind is in the face of the Purple Knights, and I think they might go for it now. Man, looks like they're going to send the kick team on.
So this is going to be interesting. This is a different special teams team than what we saw from last week. So, yeah, being against the wind right here on the right hash mark.
Yep. I think that's a tough one. It's
well, actually,
they're going to go.
They're going for it.
They are going for it. So they are going for it. It's 4th and 5 of the 10. St. Aug will go for it on 4th and 5. McCoy looks over to the side once more. Twin receivers to both sides of the field. On 4th and 5. Takes the snap. McCoy looking. He throws in a flat. That's Barber in. Barber is hit. He is stopped. He's stopped short by a yard, and Brother Martin is held as they hold him 1 yard short of the first down. Great job by the Crusader defense. Barber in a 4-yard gain, but not enough. And Brother Martin will take over.
Yeah, Bob Ram was going out in the wide side of the field, Lenny, just as almost like his third option. But he in the flat, Brother Martin did a good job letting him catch the ball, coming up and making a tackle. So that was a deal of bend but don't break.
Exactly.
Like you said, Lenny, St. Aug, once you get close in the red zone, you don't have that. You can't stretch the field.
Exactly.
Brother Martin's defense could kind of constrict a little bit on St. Aug's offense, and some of those open plays wasn't as open anymore as Brother Martin defense prevails.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to do those kind of plays down in the red zone where everything gets compacted. But a great job by the defense stopping St. Aug on 4th down.
Here's the Crusader offense starting from its own 6 on 1st down. Brogy with Jordan Swilling behind him.
Offsides on St. Aug.
And there's the flag coming down as they encroached. That'll cost St. Aug 5 yards, make it easier, and gets Brother Martin a little bit more breathing room here.
St. Aug, going back to Brother Martin's defense there, giving up 37 points last week, that's a little misleading because a lot of those scores by John Curtis were set up by special teams. The defense really did not play that badly. Perhaps probably their best game of the year, actually.
On 1st down to give to Jordan Swilling. He finds room and he bangs across the 15 out near a 1st down at about the 16-yard line. That's about where he had to get. This will depend on the mark.
Maybe a little short.
Waiting for him to put the ball down, and now they do, and it's right near the chain, but they're apparently not going to give it to him. 2nd and 1. Very short one, I might add. At the 15-yard line officially.
St. Aug's got everybody within about 8 yards of the line of scrimmage, Chad. One safety deep.
Snap it, and they run Jordan Swilling across the formation. He's hit and dropped. He just didn't have anywhere to go, and one of the reasons for that was DeAndre Christmas Giles, the Tennessee commit. What a player he is, 6'4", 290. He is all of that, and he was there to stuff things.
Yeah, that was a great play. St. Aug had about 9 guys.
And there is another flag on the play. So we wait to sort this out. The officials have a long discussion again. It would be a loss back to the 12, which is a loss of 3. And you see Christmas Giles, that's a big man. He's a huge guy. I got finished watching the Briston Guidry at Rummel earlier today, who's huge. He's defensive tackles. I mean,
he's only 6'4", 290, Ken.
That's all.
And could probably run a 4.6, 4.5.
This is a long discussion. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on here. Now we're going to get a signal, I think. Again, these discussions, I mean, it's either an infraction or it's not, right?
There's a flag on the field.
Yeah, there is a flag.
The question is, what's the flag?
And nobody seems to know what the deal is here.
Nobody's going backwards or forwards. I'm not sure what's going on.
We had a play earlier today that was absurd. I'll tell you about. As soon as we sort this out, I mean, it looks to me like they want to mark something off against St. Augustine, and they will. And it's
15.
major. And it's 15 yards. Wow.
Yeah, that had to have been dead ball.
Face mask maybe, or dead ball. We'll see. Personal foul.
Personal foul, St. Augustine, and that's going to put the football all the way out to the 30-yard line.
So I wonder what the discussion was.
And maybe where it happened, I don't know. Maybe where the foul occurred, it was at the end of the run after the ball, I'm not sure.
Well, they didn't even give him credit for the 3-yard loss because it's a 15-yard penalty. And they marked it at the 30, which means they penalized him from the line of scrimmage prior to the last play. So it really goes as no play. And therefore no loss for Jordan Swilling on the play. And a first down, and that's 3 penalties already and 35 yards on St. Augustine.
That's big on St. Augustine. 30 yards, 35 yards
already. Yeah.
And we're only less than 5 minutes into the first quarter.
And 2 majors, a 15-yard penalty on the kick. And I think we've had a player ejected.
Wow.
We're going to check on that with Richard, who's texted me.
I know the coaches aren't happy.
Yeah, we're going to have to check on that, and they are. Well, I think we've had a player ejected, and that's a major issue. And we'll see with Richard. As soon as you, Richard, he's still. Richard, as soon as you get word on who that was and what's happened, let us know, and we will come down to you. But we want to clarify that we're not going to put bad information out there.
No.
But as soon as we know, we will certainly bring it to you.
The interesting thing, it wasn't like it was anything obvious, guys.
No, I didn't see a helmet come off.
I didn't see anything weird
swing.
after they.
They must have said something. Words must have been spoken, because we can't see anything from the press box that would lead us to believe somebody would get ejected, much less a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I saw nothing. 1st and 10 from the 30. Brogy shotgun. And they're going to run across the formation left.
Penalty.
And another flag comes down.
That's going to be a Brother Martin.
That's going to be against the Crusaders. So this one's off to a sloppy start. False start, Brother Martin. Their second penalty for 10 yards.
No, they can't make Coach Bonice happy, though, Chad. 2 penalties in the first 5 minutes here. You have to play that. That one actually looked like it had a little running room, too. And unfortunately, played called dead ball, and now it's 1st and 15.
I'll tell you what, from the word I'm getting is St. Augustine's had a significant player rejected. I'll tell you about it in a moment.
All right.
1st and 15 from the 25-yard line.
Offsides
again.
And now offsides yet again. This is crazy. Can we get a snap off here? That's on St. Aug, and that's their 4th penalty of the game. I mean, these guys are just too anxious, right?
Yeah, and I got to think Coach Bonice and Brogy are kind of seeing something on St. Aug's defensive line. As Lenny said before, there's 8-9 men in the box, and they're trying to get in those running lanes. So
Richard is reporting that senior defensive tackle, one of their stalwarts, Lawrence Adams, the 6'4", 258-pound senior defensive tackle, has been ejected from the game.
Oh, wow.
That's a big loss.
Yeah, that's big.
He's been very good this year. 1st down and 10 again from the 30. Play fake. Brogy throws. Defender slipped, intercepted at the 30. 25, 20, 15, and down to about the 13-yard line.
With another flag.
And another flag comes down. This game has gotten animated. And the receiver slipped, and a good interception by Jeremiah West. And yet another flag is down. I think that's after the interception, though.
It looked like they were setting up it was trips to the wide side of the field. They were setting up a wide receiver screen, which they've seen success in the past. But unfortunately, the wide receiver slipped, and good job by St. Aug's cornerback to just be right in the right spot, place at the right time.
You can't pin that on the quarterback when the receiver.
No, he wasn't there.
No. So, personal foul, Brother Martin this time. And I'm pretty sure I saw it, too. An offensive player making a tackle and getting a bit aggressive in the process. Half the distance down to the 6-yard line. So that's a 6-yard infraction. That's 3 penalties, 16 yards on Brother Martin, and it's 1st and goal for St. Augustine from the Brother Martin 6. Great chance for the Purple Knights here with 6:30 to play in the first quarter.
And this is something y'all spoke about before, Kenny, Brother Martin. They couldn't afford to make mistakes, especially turnovers.
Sure.
This is what Jesuit did when they played them last week, and St. Aug capitalized.
Power formation here. Deep back is Giovanni LaFrance. And he'll get the football inside, and he stood up. And a good job defensively by Simone Anderson. He stood him up. He met him in the hole, and when he met him, LaFrance stopped.
Yeah, Simone. Yeah, definitely. We need Anderson, an inside linebacker. Lenny, you were talking about possibly spying the quarterback for that draw. Anderson would be the guy to do it. That inside linebacker. He's asking a lot of them since those outside linebackers have to kind of cover that perimeter now. He's going to have to come and make stops just like we just saw.
Yeah, he's a guy, kid, a junior who's had quite a bit of experience last year as well. Good linebacker, good player. 2nd and goal from the 5 after the game 1. This time Barberin is the deep back. The rifle formation. France is standing next to McCoy in shotgun, and yet another flag comes down before the snap.
Might be on Clapp. I think number 97.
I mean, what is going on? I can only call this a lack of focus on both sides at this point, because when you have pre-snap penalties, that's focus.
Yeah, and if you right over the ball, I mean, it's almost unexcusable.
Just watch it.
You're literally you know, the defensive tackle's sitting right over the ball. Just look at the ball. I don't know if they're doing hard counts on each side, but definitely drawing each defense off sides.
4 penalties, 18 yards on Brother Martin. The ball spotted at the 3, where it is 2nd and goal. And there's that rifle formation. Barber in the deep back. McCoy the snap. Will give to Barber, and inside. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, St. Augustine. They haven't ruled it yet, but there it is. He's laying in the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Knights, and they take a 6-0 lead as Foray Barberin scores.
Yeah, a good job of capitalizing on a turnover there, Lenny. You know, it's a shame, Brother Martin. It seemed like with the penalties, they couldn't really get in a flow. It seemed like Swilling, you know, was getting his 4 or 5 yards a pop, and we were waiting for him to say, okay, you know, let's get this train going. But with the penalties, you know, either on Brother Martin or St. Aug, he couldn't really get in the flow, and it was unfortunate that they had to make that turnover so early the first drive. To have, you know, St. Aug to come back and capitalize, that's definitely not how the Crusaders wanted to get started.
No, definitely not. And you know, you can't really even blame the interception on Brogy. Just receiver slipped. The defensive back was right there, but offense needs to come back and get on the game here.
Extra point attempt, straight on kicker, hits it well, and hits it through. And just like that, a timeout on the field with 5:26 to play in the first quarter. It's St. Augustine 7 and Brother Martin nothing. This is Brother Martin Crusaders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. To play in the first quarter, St. Augustine leading Brother Martin 7-0. Took advantage of the turnover on the interception. Took 2 plays to go 6 yards. Here's the kickoff by Rhodes. It is short into the wind, and it's fielded at the 18. Upfield to the 20. Singleton 25-30. He's at the 35 and tackle near the 39. Good return by Jeremy Singleton. And Brother Martin gets its second possession. Let's check in with Richard Timberville, who has an update on the ejection. Richard, tell us what's going on.
Number 55, Adams, who was ejected for St. Aug. Referees say he threw a punch after the play, so he was ejected for that punch. Back up to you, Ken.
All right, well, that's grounds for ejection, and obviously it's a big blow for St. Augustine, but it's part of the game. You can't do that.
No, it's very unlike a typical St. Aug team. You don't see that. You very rarely see that from St. Aug.
Crusaders at their own 39. Singleton in motion. Give to Jordan Swilling inside. He finds a lot of traffic there, but he's able to fight forward for a couple. He'll get near the 42. And Jordan Swilling, of course, the focal point, leads the state in rushing. And he gets 2. It's 2nd down and 8 at the 41.
And then it's important for Coach Bonice and offensive coordinator Mike LeBlanc right now just to get into a rhythm, just to get their players, settle them down. Let's get into a rhythm. Let's keep moving the chains down the field. Don't do anything stupid. I don't think you have to take any wild chances right here.
2nd and 8 at the 41. Brogy keeps. Brogy throws down the field and incomplete. He just overshot Singleton, streaking down the left sideline. And he had a step or two on Jeremiah West, who was closing on the play, but narrow miss there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, Brogy just nice play call, actually faking to the line. Brogy stepped back and threw it down on Singleton on a streak down the left sidelines. Just overthrew him by just a hair. Unfortunate for the Crusaders. They could have had a touchdown.
3rd down and 8.
You're going to see a lot of man-to-man coverage tonight.
That's what St. Augustine does. Single safety and man coverage otherwise, and they'll press the receivers. On 3rd and 8. Fake to Jordan Swilling, rolling right as Brogy stops, throws in the flat. That's caught. And at midfield is Irv Smith, and he's into Brother Martin, or rather, St. Augustine territory. Irv Smith with the catch and run, and he gets it to the Let's see where they mark it. It depends on the mark,
It's
obviously.
going to be a dead ball foul, too, I think, on Singleton.
Oh, wow.
Oh, come on, you serious?
Yeah, it's going to be a late hit.
So it would be 9 yards to Smith
Killing
to
us, guys.
midfield, which would be a first down by a yard. But, well, we wait for the official signal here. It's on Brother Martin.
Yeah,
You
that's
saw
gonna
it, Chad.
come back. Yep. Yeah, it was very unnecessary block. I know Singleton trying to.
Does it say third down? Does it become first down?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is they're still saying third down. Boy, that's a bad break.
That's a dead ball. Yeah.
They called it dead ball, too. They listed dead ball.
Well, I mean, if it's dead ball, it should have been a first down. And it is.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
So they just flipped it, so it's a first down. That's the good news for Brother Martin at the 35-yard line.
Is it first and 10 or first and 25?
Should be first and 10.
Yeah, first and 10.
Okay, well, you know what? That's about as good as you can expect from
Right.
that play.
Absolutely. So Brother Martin will operate
So it's a
first and 10 from its 35.
Water break.
reception for.
Well, there's
a
no
first
water
down
break. That's
without-
over with. So
Oh.
this was a timeout. There are no
October.
more water breaks. It's October. They surely don't have heat and humidity here.
Not
Well,
tonight.
speaking of October, Kenny, you mentioned it's 66 degrees. We're
Yes.
in New Orleans right now. You would think it's 26 degrees because
Yeah.
I'm looking at flannel blankets. I'm looking at cheerleaders with sweatsuits on. You would think it's like,
Oh,
we're
it's
playing
crazy.
in the frozen tundra right now. But
You
it's
know,
funny. And only in New Orleans, 66 degrees.
Yeah,
You
it's
break
a-
out the winter gear.
It's a St. Aug timeout, by the way. That's why we have the break. So St. Aug took a timeout. The play we had earlier today was pretty interesting. Shaw's quarterback, Matt Keller, good player. He threw one to the outside in the flat. And when you play rolling, you don't want to throw it number one, Christian Fulton.
Nope.
He intercepted the ball. He beat the receiver to the spot, intercepted the ball, and they threw a flag. And they called pass interference on Fulton, which was hilarious since he actually was
How was that
he was
possible?
ahead of the
Right.
guy and was there to just pick off the ball. So they discuss it for 2 minutes. They pick up the flag and say no interference. And then they give Shaw the ball back. And Rummel's not even on the field. And Shaw's trying to run a play. And Rummel has to call a timeout. Said, that's our ball.
If it's
they
not a
took
penalty.
3 more minutes. And they finally gave Rummel the ball.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was a weird, goodness gracious.
Wow.
First and 10 at the 35. Here's a throw deep by Brogy
for
for
it again.
Singleton. Jump ball. Oh, he couldn't quite pull it in. The coverage was tight, but the
Very
throw
tight.
was right on the money. Brogy to Singleton, and I think he was shielded from it. He couldn't quite get the full vision of it till it hit him, and he couldn't pull it in. That was some throw by Jake Brogy.
It really was.
Yeah, and that's what St. Aug's giving up, Lenny. And you got to take a shot when you got a wide receiver like Singleton and Brogy can get it out to him. Especially with the wind in your back. Well, why not take that shot?
This Jeremiah West is a pretty good cornerback, guys. Second down and 10. Run Jordan Swilling left. He's stacked up, but he
Get outside.
fought off one tackler and another. Boy, he fights for 5 or 6 on his own. St. Aug had the players, the numbers, but Jordan Swilling's so good. He's stiff arm too, and I love the stiff arm.
Yep.
It's not a lost art, but we don't see it as much anymore.
Well, and you see Jordan. We've been seeing him a lot in between the tackles, but it's nice to see him, bounce outside, and that's what makes him unique. He can run between tackles, Lenny, but he's so versatile. He can beat you outside.
Absolutely.
If you don't get the proper angle and if you don't have the right leverage, he's going to get the corner and turn the corner on you and get that positive yardage.
It's 3rd and 5 at the 40. Shotgun Brogy. St. Aug with a 6-man front. Going to throw a little bubble screen outside to
Get up
Singleton.
there,
He's
get
got to
up.
turn it up. He hit, his knee fell.
he fell.
He's
There's a
down,
flag.
and then there's a flag down the field.
That's going to be chop block.
I got to believe
on
it's
the
an illegal
outside.
block. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And it will be declined, I'm sure, because the pass to Singleton didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Andrew McGuire, the wide receiver. You can't. I know you got to be within the box, but you can't chop block on the perimeter. I think that's what he's going to get called for.
Well, St. Augustine obviously should decline this. It's 4th down if they decline it. Look like a gain of 1 yard?
If that.
To the 41 is where they're standing. The line of scrimmage was the 40.
We got a St. Aug player going into Brother Martin huddle. This is interesting.
Yeah.
That brings reminiscence back of Booker T. Washington back in 1988, huh, Lenny?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We had a defensive tackle come in our huddle. I wish I could remember the gentleman's name, but he looked like he wasn't being removed. So I stepped back and let him call the play, and after that, a bench clearing brawl pursued.
Well, I was just about to say, the officials have to take care of that.
Absolutely.
You can't allow somebody to go walk into somebody else's huddle or right by it. So this will be a punting situation.
Should be a good punt.
I hope this is less adventurous than last week, Kenny.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Twin receivers deep for St. Aug. And I believe is that Nuss to punt or Benitez? I'm trying to see. It's Benitez. It's a wobbly spiral.
Let it go. Get a bounce.
Bounces. That's a big bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5.
Perfect.
This is going to work out fantastic for Brother Martin.
That's a little better than last week, guys.
That's a little better than last week. And that's the difference, that we're playing a team now that's not really known for their special teams as opposed to last week's probably, one of the teams.
Because that ball had to be caught.
Absolutely. At least fair call.
That's my point. Listen, they lost 30 yards in field position there. St. Augustine will start from its own 3 with 4:05 to play in the first. The Purple Knights on top of the Crusaders, 7-0. And now St. Augustine pinned back, and let's see if Brother Martin can create a turnover in this situation.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need penetration from defensive tackles. And I know they're going out of that kind of pistol formation where the running back stacked behind the quarterback in shotgun. But we got to get some penetration, got to get in their face. We got to cause a turnover, especially this deep in their own territory.
Barberin is the deep back, rifle formation with McCoy in shotgun against a pretty tight front from Brother Martin here. On 1st and 10 from the 3. McCoy gives to Barberin, and he's stacked up and stopped, and Anderson was there again for Brother Martin.
Anderson's playing very well so far tonight, guys. In fact, the entire interior of the Brother Martin defense, the middle linebackers, the tackles, the ends, have done a great job. The front 7 stacking up the run for St. Aug. Any success they've had is either run from a little bit of pass or actually from quarterback draw.
It's a gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9 at the 4-yard line. 3:40 and counting first quarter. St. Aug is up 7-0. On 2nd and 9. Pettigrew tucked in on the right side, the tight end. Always a weapon. Snap it. He got a clean release. Rolling right is McCoy, flushed out. That was holding. They didn't call it. The throw is caught. Colby Williams caught it, and that's holding in the end zone.
That's a
safety.
Yeah.
That should be a safety. Colby Williams caught it up at the 17-yard line. That was holding, obviously, and that was in the end zone, and that should be a safety. And now the officials will discuss it, but I guarantee you that happened in the end zone.
Yeah, that's what they're hearing. Anderson's making the signal right now on the field, walking past the referee, so that's what they're discussing.
Pretty obvious hold. And it was pretty obvious it happened in the end zone as McCoy was trying to roll away from pressure. And if so, that's a huge turn in this game and a big play for the Crusaders. Here we go. Holding St. Aug and safety. There it is.
There
Safety.
you go.
There's the call. The correct call.
And that's going to be great. St. Aug's going to have to kick into the wind. Brother Martin with 3 minutes, 12 seconds left is going to have, with the wind in their back, to make another drive. Get the hands back on the ball.
Proper call. They got it right. Good job. And it's now 7-2. St. Aug with 3:12 to play in the first quarter. Brother Martin will get the ball back.
And it goes back to special teams. Last week it killed them. This week actually gets you a safety and gets you the ball back. Should be very, very good field position. Big momentum shift there, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's safe to say they probably won't kick the ball in the end zone either, so we should be getting some kind of return.
I don't think from the 20 into the wind. Boy, it'd be nice if you could get Bruce Jordan Swilling the ball here. He's just so explosive anytime he touches the ball, and he's returned a couple kickoffs from touchdowns so far this year, I think both of which have been called back for penalties. But he's a threat to go anytime he gets the ball in his hands.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Lenny, I know they threw to him once last series, Irv Smith, the big tight end. They really don't have anybody to match up against him when they have 8 men
especially
in the box.
one-on-one. Especially you got one safety deep, you make one guy miss, he's gone.
That's it. They got the strong safety playing pretty much on the line of scrimmage, and you got all the linebackers 4 yards off the ball, and man, you talk about there's a lot of space in the middle of the field.
So St. Aug will free kick it from their 20. They're going to place kick it in this situation, and keep in mind that's into the wind. Brother Martin wants to make hay while they have the wind at their backs. And this kickoff will take place from Tyree Rhodes. Brother Martin has twin receivers deep.
Kick.
Here's the kick. He kicked it high and down the middle.
Returnable.
And returnable from the 39, 40. Jordan Swilling, 45, 50.
There you go.
And dives inside the 45 down about the 42-yard line.
Take it.
Good return and great field position for Brother Martin to start this possession, trailing by 5.
Tell you what, don't be surprised here, Chad, if they do the fake into the Jordan, Swilling into the middle of the line there, and then run that seam with Irv Smith like you talked about here, and see if they can get a quick one.
Yeah, because obviously with good reason, they're keying up on Swilling. But I got to think Coach Bonise is going to have to take advantage of this win with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, just to, hey, take a shot.
There's plenty of time though. You're only at the St. Aug 42-yard line. You're on the plus side of the field here. if you run your offense, if you're going to score, it shouldn't be too hard to do before the quarter's up.
First and 10 from the St. Augustine 42 with 3:06 to play in a slow-moving first quarter. 7-2, St. Augustine on top. Jordan Swilling, the deep back behind Brogy. Bad snap, picks it up. Jake's going to run it right.
Just get down.
And he's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. Did a good job to just pick that ball up as he was brought down by Jesse Moore III, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, that was a botched play from the start, but, Brogy doesn't even really need to run it to try to get it in yards. At that situation, just get on the ground, don't fumble, don't get hurt.
I tell you what, that's been a little bit of an Achilles heel for the Brother Martin offense so far this year. They've had at least 1 or 2 snaps per game that's been mishandled, either a bad snap or mishandled by Brogy. It's unfortunate that it happened here at the beginning of this drive.
2nd and 10 at the St. Aug 42. Remember, defensive tackle Adams has been ejected for St. Aug. Here's a run left by Jordan Swilling. Cuts inside. Fought through 1, fought through 2. He got 3 yards on his own there. There really wasn't anything there. He did get 3, and it's 3rd and 7.
It looked like a face mask at first, but it looks like a St. Aug.
They were tackling the football.
Yeah,
they were trying to tackle the football.
They're trying to rip it out. They're in there, and they're trying to make turnovers.
Right.
Give credit to St. Aug. They've gotten their share of turnovers over the past 4 games, so they're definitely going after the ball. Swilling did a good job of hanging on to it.
Well, if you have gang tackling, you have one guy engaged, the other guy goes for the ball. Sound technique. So it's 3rd and 7 at the Purple Knight 39-yard line. Wide side, right side of the field. Shotgun Brogy. 6-man front for St. Aug. They rush 4. Brogy with time. Brogy's gunning it down the sideline.
And get in the end zone.
A flag. He caught it anyway.
Caught it.
Jordan Swilling, a fantastic catch.
What a play.
He's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. What a catch by Bruce Jordan Swilling. And that's going to be on St. Aug, the penalty. That should be 1st and goal.
He was mugged, Kenny. He had to file a report on that one. He was so early getting there.
It was a wheel route. It was just basically an out and up, but good play calling by Coach LeBlanc, offense coordinator from Brother Martin, to say, okay, you're gonna have a 6-man front, and you're gonna lock up all wide receivers. We'll take Swilling, and if we can stop the run, we'll go ahead and put him out in the flat and turn him up, and that's exactly what they did. Swilling made a
great throw and great catch.
Yeah,
yep, absolutely.
It was great coverage. Obviously too good a coverage, as we like to say, with the penalty, but Swilling still made the great catch, get it on the 1-yard line of St. Aug.
Where it's 1st and goal for Brother Martin, a chance to take the lead. Brogy gives to Jordan Swilling, dives, he stopped, he fights again, and he got in. The 2nd effort by Bruce Jordan Swilling gets him home. Touchdown, Brother Martin. Crusaders take an 8-7 lead.
I tell you what, that was just sheer determination by Bruce Jordan Swilling there, Chad. He was stopped front, stopped at first. Good play by St. Aug's defense, but the kid keeps his legs churning, was able to get into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, did a good job. Got a good push from the offensive line. As we see Brother Martin lining up for the kick. Looks like they're starting off with a spread formation. Let's see if they come back to a standard extra point formation.
Yeah, they do. Snap it, spot it, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So the conversion good by Blake Perilou. And with 1:13 to play in the first quarter, it is Brother Martin 9, St. Augustine 7.
I tell you, Blake must be disappointed that he wasn't able to line up for a 55-yard field goal with this win, because in pregame I saw him. He must have been the first person out on the field for pregame, and then the last person to go back in the locker room. He was taking advantage of this win, even though it didn't count for anything. He was making those 45, 50-yard field goals. So even though it was an extra point, I'm sure in the back of his head, he's like, man, if I can just maybe get a long field goal here.
I hope it doesn't come down to that.
No.
I hope it doesn't come down to that. But, the win's going to play a big factor tonight, just like it did in the big factor in the Jesuit Holy Cross game last night. That win made a real tough time for the field goal kickers and the kicking game in general, and it definitely plays a factor in the football game.
Well, that was a 4-play drive, 42 yards, 2:53 off the clock. Jordan Swilling, the 1-yard touchdown run to give Brother Martin a 9-7 lead with 1:13 to play in the first quarter. And now Perilou to kick it off. And St. Augustine will have Darrell Landry in the deep position. Remember, they ran a reverse earlier.
He came about 6 inches from kicking it in the end zone. So let's see if he's got enough leg this time to get it in.
Waiting for him to approach the ball. Here we go. Hits this one well down the left side. That's got a chance to carry. That carries deep into the end zone. Hammered that.
The adrenaline was
touchback.
flowing that one.
And St. Augustine will start from its own 20. Trailing for the first time in this game, 9-7.
Yeah, that was a big kickoff there. If you can use this win to your advantage there and get the ball into the end zone, make them go 80 yards, big advantage for the defense.
Well, I'll tell you, this is one of those series, if you value the wind and you get them the third down,
consider
you
calling timeout.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Especially, if you're in a punting situation and they have to punt, make them punt and win.
We talked about that in the game we had earlier today. I think that's a big item to consider. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And a trip set right, a single left. They've run this spread formation pretty much every time, occasionally with the tight end tucked in, but Pettigrew's to the right here. McCoy wants to throw. Has time. He's throwing outside. He has a man open, and it is caught across midfield, and he's down to about the Brother Martin 48-yard line. And that's to Colby Williams, big play man. What an arm by McCoy into the wind. And they did business there on Swilling, Trey Swilling, and a first down in Brother Martin territory to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, he just got beat. Cover 3, Lenny, and it just seemed like he just got behind him. Spread. St. Aug goes back to the spread formation, trips to the wide side of the field, single receiver to the short side.
31-yard completion there.
They watch the car film, guys, and they know what they want to do against this defense.
On first down from the 49 of Brother Martin. Keeper from McCoy. Nice decision. He's got.
He's still going.
Gone. 30, 25, 20. And down to the 15 is Justice McCoy. He made a great read to keep it. And then he shows you athletic ability. He didn't run much last year. I got news for you. He's a better runner this year.
Well, he is. And if it wasn't for Blair making an unbelievable tackle on the sidelines, he would have scored. He did a great job of pulling. And, I tell you what, if he's going to do that, we're going to see a lot of problems because that's a wrinkle in that offense that basically, we run the same offense, but we really don't pull the ball like we've seen teams do before. But, man, great job by McCoy getting outside.
37 yards. He's got 4 carries, 64 yards. Jeez. He's been a beast, and he's thrown it well, too. And it's first down and 10 at the 12-yard line of Brother Martin. McCoy again in shotgun, wide side, right side of the field. He wants to throw once more. Steps up under pressure. He's going to be hit and sacked.
Good job.
Tafaro was the first there. Walker cleaned up. And the first sack of the game belongs to the Crusaders.
And those are the 2 outside guys we need, Tafaro and Walker, to really come through on the outside and contain McCoy because
and that's going to be the end of the first quarter as the clock has expired. So we'll take the break. End of 1 here at Tad Gormley. It is Brother Martin 9, St. Augustine 7. This is Brother Martin football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. Sack. McCoy in shotgun. He has Landry behind him here in this formation. Now Landry slots right. Standing right next to McCoy, who takes the snap. Under pressure, he gets off a middle screen to nobody. Incomplete because Landry was absolutely smothered on the play by Matthew Clapp, who didn't bite on the middle screen. Great job by Clapp, and it's incomplete. And it's third down.
Yeah, I tell you what, big play by Clapp there, Kenny. He didn't bite on the screen, read it the whole way. Put a lot of pressure on McCoy, and McCoy had to throw the ball away. Big third down coming up for the Crusaders after the big drive so far by St. Aug.
Third down and 16 from the 18.
Oh,
and
guys,
now
come
movement up
on.
front by Brother Martin again. And again, offsides. Goodness gracious.
I mean, the ball is right there, guys. Just watch it. Don't listen to
Sixth
the quarterback.
penalty.
Watch the football.
6th penalty, 38 yards on Brother Martin. St. Augustine with the wind at his back now. So field goal is certainly a possibility if they don't make a first down. It's at the 13 now, 3rd and 11.
Play clock's not running. There it is.
McCoy with the trip set right, back to pass, steps up, looks, throws. He had a wide open receiver and he missed him badly to the left. Landry was wide open. St. Augustine had a drop touchdown earlier and now they miss one wide open. You talk about a missed chance.
Yeah, Jacob made that throw, Kenny. He was wide open. Hey, listen, 11:51 in the second quarter before I made a comment about you.
That's true.
That's not bad.
But to see me going out with 5 wide receivers, I don't know. I would have called timeout.
And check this out, guys. Even with the wind at their backs, they're not going to go for the field goal to go ahead. On 4th and 11, they're going for it.
Still can pick up first down.
Trips wide.
Correct. And again, the trips right, as Chad said, and a single left is to Colby Williams, dangerous player. McCoy,
watch your quarterback
with
draw.
Barberin in the backfield. Will take the snap and retreat.
Watch that draw.
Steps up, throws deep, end zone touchdown. Perfect throw.
On.
Wide open touchdown. Great throw by McCoy. And again, he's right on the money to Paul Keller for the score. The senior has it. And the Purple Knights recapture the lead 13-9.
But you talk about a rifle arm, Kenny. You mentioned that earlier, McCoy. Man, it was a laser to the wide receiver. Just a simple post route to the inside receiver off the trip set. And just threw it right over the inside linebacker, Anderson's head, and it was like pitch and catch. You know, Coach Bonnie said that early in the game. We got to stop the St. Aug just from having simple pitch and catch, Lenny, and sure enough, they didn't do it there for 6.
No, they didn't. You know, you had them 4th down and 11. Unfortunately, weren't able to make the stop, though.
Here is Tyree Rhodes for the extra point attempt. Snap good, the spot is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 11:47 to play in the first half. St. Augustine has retaken the lead 14-9 over Brother Martin. This is Brother Martin Crusaders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. The kickoff to Bruce Jordan Swilling. He returns it to the 10, 15, 25, 30. He's loose at the 40. He's at midfield, needs one block. He's at the 30. He is bumped out of bounds. Great return, Jordan Swilling, all the way down to the St. Augustine 25-yard line. Bruce Jordan Swilling getting it done with a big return. 69 yards on the return. What a job by Bruce Jordan Swilling.
But he's just so dangerous, Kenny. He was one step away from breaking that all the way. Just, you know, you don't want to give him the ball if you're an opposing team, that's for sure. And a great run, great setup and blocks there by the Brother Martin kick return team. Just fantastic jobs on special teams right there, Chad.
Yeah, you've been calling it, Lenny. You've been waiting for him to get his hands on the ball for a kickoff return, and there you go. You know, that's a great way to kill that momentum and to, you know, I hadn't seen it that much. Brother Martin starting off on the opponent's side of the field.
25-yard line. On first down, they're going to run Jordan Swilling in space. He's tripped and goes down, and he might have scored. Tripped at the 19. He picks up 6.
Boy, he was one step away from breaking it. One step away. He is just so dangerous. I mean, he can overpower you. He can outrun you. He's so hard to bring down, and just a great running back.
2nd and 4. Snap it quick. Give to Jordan Swilling, and he's decked this time. And he fumbled the ball, and there's a flag down, and we'll see who's got the ball. Brother Martin seems to think they do. St. Aug seems to think they do.
I think St. Aug's got it.
Yeah, Jared Godet looked like he pulled around to lead block for Swilling, but as Swilling hit the hole, he made a break and it looked like the ball just popped right out.
Brother Martin offense is staying on the field. We try to sort this one out. Check in with Richard in a moment. Brother Martin's pointing at St. Aug. St. Aug's pointing at Brother Martin. Everybody's pointing. Face mask, St. Augustine. Wow.
I don't know who came up with the ball, but I tell you what, that's a huge break if St. Aug did come up with the ball. Wow.
So we'll sort this one out. Line of scrimmage was the 20. They're going to mark this off a face mask to the 10, and that will be a first down and goal to go.
Big break. Like I said, I don't know who recovered the ball there, Chad, but he put the ball on the ground. Luckily for the Crusaders, got the face mask call, first down and goal.
Fifth penalty on St. Aug, 49 yards, first and goal at the 10.
It looked like we got wide trips over the tight end to the wide side of the field. St. Aug's being late, shuffling players in and out of the
They really are.
play.
Snap it. Jordan Swilling runs left. He's knifed down for a loss. Penetration was severe, and he didn't have any chance to get it going there.
No, they should have ran it right because it looks like the St. Aug players were so late getting on the field. They ran it right to where the players were kind of running on the field. They ran right into each other.
Give credit to St. Aug's defensive front. They've done a good job so far keeping Swilling in check.
They're good, and they lost one of their key players.
Yeah.
Adams in the first quarter rejected. Second and goal from the 12. Shotgun Brogy, twin receivers right. Snap it. Cutback play with Jordan Swilling. Boy, he ran into a brick wall in LaFrance. Wow. You talk about a brick wall. Man. Giovanni LaFrance, 6'2", 230-pound senior, just decked him.
Yeah, LaFrance did a great job of coming up, filling in the gap because he did have some running room there to the right. Lenny looked like Swilling made a good cutback. They had some room to the right to the field, and then LaFrance came in single-handedly, stood him up and drove him back.
Third down and goal from the 12. We approach 10 minutes to play in the half. 14-9 St. Augustine. Brother Martin is threatening. Receivers to either side. Snap it. Brogy's going to throw a throwback. Singled it wide open. He's going to score.
Great call.
Great call.
Touchdown, Brother Martin. Perfect call.
Yeah.
Perfect execution. Crusaders retake the lead.
Lenny's
15-14.
St. Aug had that six-man front. It looked like they were stunting that Mike linebacker right up the middle, too. And you couldn't have made a better call. Wide receiver screen. Let those defenders come on through. And now you have not only the slot wide receiver, but the rest of the offensive line block. And you could have walked in, Lenny.
I think I could have, and I'm
back.
slow. Old and fat, too. Great call by Coach LeBlanc.
You were back then, too.
I wasn't quite as fat back then.
Yeah, that's true. No, that was a great call by Mike LeBlanc and those guys.
Great job. Great execution, too.
Yeah. They could not have dialed up a better call for what St. Aug was throwing at him with that blitz. Great job in the red zone.
Farrellu to try the extra point. Snap and spot it. Kick is up. It's high enough, and it is good. So with 9:51 to play in the first half, Brother Martin is back on top, 16-14 over St. Augustine. That's just a great call, well executed.
Yeah, I tell you what, really good call, especially on a big key down there, because that was third and goal from about the 12. I tell you what, a 30-yard field goal into this win would not have been a chip shot, that's for sure. So great call to get the 7 points on the board here and get the momentum back in this football game.
No, and I like the versatility of Brother Martin's offense as well. You mentioned before, Lenny, St. Aug's front six, really. I mean, they play in a six-man front, doing a good job of containing between the tackles, where Swilling did a lot of its damage last week against John Curtis. So, we'll just find different ways to move the ball. Brogy's got a great arm, executes well, can pick apart a defense. But I like the fact they get Singleton in the game. He's a definite threat, all-district caliber wide receiver, and I'm glad they're getting him involved in the game to move the ball down the field and get some points.
Well, it was all about the kickoff return by Jordan Swilling. Remember that. He set him up with a 69-yard return to the 25, and it took them 4 plays, 25 yards, a minute 35 off the clock to score. Brother Martin back on top. As a result, 16-14.
You're looking at Brother Martin's offense here, obviously they want to run the ball with Jordan Swilling first, but they're really keen on him. Maybe one of these things, Jay, where you have to loosen him up with the pass a little bit, and that will open up those lanes for him later on in the ball game.
It will be Daniel Benitez to kick it off. Darrell Landry deep to receive. The kickoff is short.
Fair catch. And
a fair catch taken at about the 28, 29-yard line. Smartly done by St. Aug.
We'll take that every time.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. With this win and the way we've been covering kicks, shoot, I'll take that. Just pooch kick.
So Brother Martin will play defense. St. Augustine takes over at its own 30, it appears, with 9:49 to play in the half. 16-14, Brother Martin on top in a seesaw affair.
It's a big series here for the defense here. Let's see if we can get a stop and get the ball, get off the field, and get the offense a chance to extend this lead.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Barberin is the running back. McCoy takes a good snap, has time to throw. Now he's in trouble, and now he rolls right. Now he's going to just throw it up for grabs. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, that was a good job. A lot of pressure by Andre Walker from the outside, kind of containing him a little bit. And I tell you what, Lenny, we're really going to have to do a good job. You know, it's almost like containing Michael Vick. You know,
he's quick.
Once he gets to the outside, forget about it. He's gone. But Brother Martin's defense did a great job of containing McCoy on that play, forcing him to throw the ball out of bounds.
2nd and 10 at the 30 for the Purple Knights. McCoy is always looking over to the sideline. Barberin slotted next to him. Man in motion, Landry across the formation right. And rolling that way is McCoy. Looking and throwing and caught by Pettigrew. First down across the 40, 45 midfield. He's down to the 45 to the 44. Brother Martin, boy, he is something else. Pettigrew all the way to the Brother Martin 44 and a first down.
That's tough to defend. You got a 6'7" tight end who's just running a quick 10-yard curl there, and you hit him in that the space between the zones there, and he's a load to bring down.
Yeah, and I tell you what, St. Aug's really doing a lot of damage to Brother Martin's defense in the middle of the field. Lenny, we've seen, the last touchdown and that play, that curl, that's been right behind the linebackers in the middle of the field between the hashes. So, Brother Martin's safety's really got to tighten it up. The linebackers really got to turn and cover because St. Aug's doing some damage right there.
Back to pass, McCoy on first down. He's going to look and throw deep down the middle. Nobody home. Incomplete. He threw into double coverage. And incomplete at 2nd and 10. Let's check in with Richard Tiberville on the Brother Martin sideline. Richard? Richard, go right ahead. You with us?
Kick return.
Okay, go ahead.
A lot of St. Aug's previous kickoffs have been coming down around the 10, 15-yard line. That last one that Bruce Jordan Swilling took back 60-some-odd yards went down to the 4. Maybe the wind that's supposed to help St. Aug actually helped Brother Martin in that situation?
Maybe. Good point. 2nd down and 10 from the Brother Martin 44. Snap it. McCoy going to throw it outside the Landry in space. Landry stops, stutter steps, and gets inside the 40 to about the 38. Pickup of 6, but contained pretty well. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Good job by Matthew Alfonso.
Yeah, make them earn it. I mean, I don't mind that. It's just, those plays where they get in chunks of yards, 20, 25, 30 yards down the sidelines. That's going to kill you. Make them earn it. Brother Martin's defense is good enough to where, you have those long drives. They're going to make a turnover. They're going to make something happen, but just don't give up the big plays.
3rd and 4 at the Crusaders' 38-yard line. Snap it. McCoy throws the slant, and it's caught. First down inside the 30. Boy, it's a well-thrown ball.
Yeah.
And he's got to complete to Paul Keller, who had the touchdown earlier. And that's another St. Augustine first down. Well done.
That's the pitch and catch, Lenny. That's in between the seams. The inside receiver in that trips formation is just running between that cornerback on the outside and the linebacker on the inside. Just that little seam, and McCoy's doing a good job of finding them.
Wait, Brother Martin's dropping 8 guys into coverage too, and they're finding the space between those in that zone. Like rushing 3.
So they basically daring St. Aug to run the ball right here.
On first down. From the 26, they're going to run it inside, and Barberin shook one tackle and fights to about the 21. He has 5 before he's driven straight back.
Which, that's fine. If they're going to, if St. Aug's going to commit to running the ball 5 yards a pop, go ahead. I think Brother Martin would be fine at that. But we do have to find a way, and, with a 3-man rush, then you can drop another defensive lineman, that hybrid defensive end or that outside linebacker into coverage, and that way you can close those seams off.
2nd and 5.
It's almost like they're playing nickel or dime defense right now.
Yep.
From the 21-yard line, McCoy takes the snap, wants to throw, throws the slant, flag down, incomplete. Incomplete. Trying to throw the slant once more. This time for Takalvi Williams. The coverage was tight. Hit was made. There's a flag down on the play. And we've seen a lot of flags in this game, guys.
Yeah.
Lots of flags. 11
penalties already, and a few others that were declined.
And most of it's pre-snap.
That's
sloppy.
focus.
That wasn't a dead ball. I wonder if that was an illegal shift on St. Aug or legal formation.
And again, we don't get a signal. We're just waiting.
No, but it was definitely before the ball was.
I think it's illegal motion. Yeah, illegal motion on St. Aug. So I've got to believe it's procedure penalty. And it would be 3rd and 5, or do you want to make it 2nd and 10?
2nd and 10.
I would say 2nd and 10, absolutely.
That's what they're going to do.
Not that St. Aug's known for their vaunted kicking game, but still, I mean, I would definitely take the yards in this situation.
6th penalty on St. Aug, 52 yards. Brother Martin has 6 for 38.
Yeah, because if it's 4th and short, they're going for it like they did last series.
Now the line of scrimmage is the 26, and it's 2nd and 10, a long 10. And they have a 5-receiver set and a timeout taken by Brother Martin. So that's the first time they've shown 5 wides, and John Norris obviously wanted to get things situated.
Yeah,
make sure they have the right personnel.
And that's a good call. Yeah, because Brother Martin went back to a 4-man front defense.
Right.
So they might want to take that defensive lineman out and add in another cornerback type safety defender with that 5 wide receivers to get that matchup, because that seam was definitely open on the short side of the field, that inside receiver.
But on the other side there, Chad, you don't want to rush 3 being blocked by 5 and let the quarterback stand back there all night and throw the ball. That's also a recipe for disaster. It's a fine line between putting pressure on. If you can get pressure with 3, hey, more power to you. But bringing the 4th guy is not. You're still dropping 7 in the coverage to cover 5 guys.
No, yeah.
5 guys.
I agree with you. And that's not to say when you're in that nickel, you're in that, you have that 5 linebackers or 5 safeties, whatever you want to call it, you can't blitz one of them. But, Coach Norris saw something that he didn't like or that he wasn't set up for.
Sure.
But, I mean, the way Brother Martin's playing now, they're not getting to the quarterback because the quarterback's basically in shotgun. He's turning and throwing, within the receiver's 5 yards of his route. So, what's the point? If you're not going to get to him, why rush 4? Just rush 3, drop everybody else back in the coverage.
The danger in rushing in 3 also is everybody's turning around, going into coverage. He runs that quarterback draw, and nobody has him. That's trouble.
I agree. Never been a huge fan of rushing 3. 2nd down and 10.
If you can get to the quarterback, I'm a huge fan of rushing 3.
Good luck with that. Here's McCoy in the pocket to throw.
There it is.
Steps up, quarterback draw, 25-20. Slides down at the 15. He's going to be right at the first down. Looks to have it at the 15.
That's the danger in that. You rush 3. You got all those lanes open. He wasn't even looking to throw the ball.
No, yeah, and
hate when I'm right.
But those linebackers and those safeties shouldn't have to take a 10-yard deep drop. That's a hard pass. They're covering and they're already in the red zone. They don't have to
it's a
drop
condensed
that deep.
field.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
So make them throw it over your head. Don't make them run in front of you. So I like the formation. I just gotta, you gotta have those linebackers and those safeties.
Leave one of those guys as a spy on the quarterback or something.
Or just recognize where you're on the field.
1st and 10 at the 15. McCoy gives it inside. LaFrance open at the 10 at the 5. Drags down at about the 2-yard line. It's Garland LaFrance on the carry, and Garland LaFrance is down to about the 2.
Yeah, good job by St. Aug's offensive line. That was the first time I really saw him open up a gaping hole. And running back did a good job of running all the way to the 1-yard line there. Brother Martin's defense definitely got gashed.
14 yards, 1st and goal at the 1. On the run by Garland LaFrance. And the Purple Knights knocking on the door to retake the lead here. And a power formation. And Giovanni LaFrance is in the game as the up back. He's 230 pounds ahead of Barberin. McCoy to Barberin, makes a cut, scores. Nice move. And Barberin scores, and the Purple Knights are back on top, 20-16.
Not a very good defensive series there, Chad.
No, not at all. I mean, give credit to St. Aug for making those adjustments. At St. Aug, they got a player on the field right now that's down.
You'll have to check that. It's one of their interior linemen, I believe. We'll see if Richard can identify who it is.
Yeah, but give credit to St. Aug's coaching staff. They're finding something in Brother Martin, that the weakness, whether it's the seams when they're playing that 4 or 5-man front, or when they played the 3-man front, they say, hey, let's go ahead. You're going to give us a run. We'll run the ball. And McCoy's done a good job of finding those holes. But you can't stop everything on defense, and that's just it. You got to find out where the offense's weakness is. And right now, St. Aug really doesn't have one. They're doing a good job. They're not turning the ball over. they're finding the holes, they're finding the seams, and McCoy's doing a good job of playing pitch and catch.
Definitely so. Time for the Brother Martin offense to answer again. Hopefully get another return here and set up the offense in good position here. But halfway through the second quarter, going against the wind.
The injured player, I believe, is Tyree Rhodes, and that's a double whammy for St. Augustine. He's not only a starting tackle, he's their kicker.
Oh.
And a good one. So, I mean, St. Augustine has already lost a big defensive tackle in this game. Lawrence Adams, and now they may have lost Rhodes because he's not getting up, and he's down, and everybody's paused around him. And now they help him up, but he's not able to put any weight.
Well, they're going to go for two here then if he's their kicker.
Sure. I mean, if they don't have a kicker. Yeah, that is their kicker. Boy, that's the danger. And now he's able to put a little weight on it. That's good. And we sure hope we see him back. But when you have one of the linemen as your kickers, in fact, we're doing a game earlier today, Rummel's punter is their starting tackle on offense.
Wow.
So, I mean, you don't see that very often.
No.
And twofold there. They're valuable guys to, if anything happens to them. And secondly, you're talking about, it really affects your kicking game. And, of course, the other part is if you don't have an athlete back there in a kicking position, it really kind of negates the possibility.
Yeah, how much is a second-string punter or a second-string kicker
gonna
actually
fake
get work?
Anything. Yeah, and get work, too.
So
they are going to try to kick it.
Well, no, are they?
Yeah, they're going to try to kick it. They're going to try to kick it with Pere Barberin, who just scored the touchdown. So Barberin will try the extra point. Snap by, spot down, a kick is up, and it is good. He knocked it through.
No,
he didn't.
He missed it.
No, he didn't. He missed it left. Had the distance, but he missed it left, so 6:07 to play. Remember that. You leave points off the board.
Yeah.
And it's 20-16 St. Augustine over Brother Martin, and we'll keep an eye on Rhodes to see if he comes back at all.
Yeah, that's going to be troublesome for St. Aug, especially having one of their better defensive linemen out, now one of their top offensive linemen / kickers out. That can definitely add up. But Brother Martin's got to come back, Lenny. And we've seen him, the offense in particular, change that momentum back to Brother Martin's favor. We had a good return last time. It's going to be interesting to see if now, look, we got kickoffs. Who's kicking the ball off now?
Right.
So, I mean, that's going to play into it as well. So I'm anticipating getting positive yards on this kickoff return and hopefully get back into St. Aug's territory.
86 is going to kick off. Mark Bukri is going to kick off. So Bukri will handle the duties. And dropping deep, Jordan Swilling and Singleton, a couple of dangerous guys. If the kicker can get it that far, they might just squib it. You never know.
Yeah. But I know Swilling's got to be back there right now looking at his chops thinking, I should have popped that last one. Let me see what I can get on this one.
Here's the kickoff. It is short. It bounces. Jordan Swilling at the 18 fields at 20, 25, and he gets out close to the 30.
There you go. We'll take it.
Yeah, just say St. Aug got a fortunate bounce there. Kind of bounced away from Swilling. He wasn't able to get a full head of steam up there as he picked up that ball. But pretty decent field position for the Crusaders here to start this drive about halfway through the second quarter, hoping to answer the St. Aug touchdown.
Yeah, and Brother Martin, they got a good 1-2 punch going on. They got the short game working a little bit. I know they tried deep a couple times without much success, but I think keeping St. Aug on their toes, they're for sure not going to flinch off that man-to-man coverage on the outside. But they're getting their short game working, and let's see if they can get this could be the drive that Swilling really pops and we see something from them.
From the 30-yard line with 6:01 to play in the half. Going to throw it outside, fade route, and it is caught by Robertson, I believe.
Yeah,
great catch, first down.
I tell you what, give credit to both Brogy and Robertson. That was pretty darn good coverage there by the St. Aug defensive back. That was just a great throw and a great catch.
Yeah, Robertson had a great coming out game last week.
He sure did.
He had all kind of yards last week, so good job by him coming out making that catch on first down.
Outstanding throw and catch, 21 yards. And a first down for the Crusaders at the St. Aug 49-yard line. This is starting to have the look of a shootout, guys.
I hope not.
Yeah, kind of like the car game. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I like one-sided shootouts.
Yeah.
Brogy gives to Jordan Swilling. He's on the 45, 40, 35.
There he goes.
He's gone.
Get in the end zone.
15, 10, 5, touchdown, no flag. Jordan Swilling, 49 yards. Brother Martin's back on top, 22-20.
I tell you what, that's what he gives you there, Kenny. Any moment he can break one to the house. This is a great athletic St. Aug defense, and he was able just to keep feet churning and outrun the guy to the corner of the end zone to give Brother Martin the lead back.
Yeah, and run away from people. With that kind of combination of size and speed, you don't see that very much. But you knew something was going to happen, Lenny. You can only contain him for so long.
That's one thing that Brother Martin has this year that they not necessarily have had in the past is a really, really accurate passing game, and that loosens up there. You know, they can't key on stopping him if you have to play the pass.
Yeah, and you know that was a factor what those guys were thinking about in that play.
Extra point is up, and it is good by Perilou. So with 5:28 to play in the half, sorry to tell you, we do have a shootout. It's Brother Martin 23, St. Augustine 20. What a run by Bruce Jordan Swilling. He just continues to add to the magnificent highlight reel that he's already put up this year.
He's just a special back. I mean, I haven't seen too many guys in high school look like him. You think of Leonard Fournette, you think of Leroy Horde, Chad LaRose, people like that.
Not that sauce.
You weren't quite that big.
I wasn't taking on people like that. No, I'd run away from them.
Yeah, very good win for Tulane earlier today, by the way, over Central Florida. LSU playing very poorly tonight. Only up 30-22 on Eastern Michigan and struggling.
Lanny was talking about that earlier today. They got a former Brother Martin player, Teamer, Roger Teamer, that's on the Tulane team that won. Yeah.
Hit an interception today, I believe.
Sure did. Rod's a good kid and a good player.
Great father, too.
Made a great play last year in that game we did, Kenny, at Catholic High.
Saved the game.
That's right. Stopped Darius Geis on about the 6-inch line there. That would have sent the game into overtime. Nearly gave me a heart attack.
By the way, Leonard Fournette's over 200 yards tonight. What a surprise.
At least.
It's only his third straight game he's done that. But they're really not playing well at all. Brother Martin by 3, 23-20. 5:28 to play in the half.
All right, now this could be interesting because we've seen, Daniels had trouble kicking off with no win.
Please pooch it.
Yeah, now, St. Aug, they have some guys that can bring it to the house.
They pooch it last time.
This is Benitez and kicks it short. It's going to be fielded, though, at the 41. So St. Aug will have great field position.
That's a glorified onside kick.
I understand the pooch, but you want it a little deeper than that if you can.
And that almost looked like it was kind of a semi-onside kick there, hoping to catch them napping. Yeah, you don't give them the ball at the 40, but the alternative a big return either. You don't want that. So
I'm with you, Lenny. They'll kick it out of bounds.
They'll mark it at the 42, in fact. So St. Aug at their own 42, trailing Brother Martin 23-20 with 5:24 to play in the half. And the Purple Knights operate from that spot. McCoy with Barber in behind him.
Going back with a tight end.
Yeah, they go with a tight end. Only the 3 receivers set. How about that?
Interesting. You're playing in Brother Martin's strength.
That's probably the wishbone right there.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Snap it. And keeper McCoy dives to the 45. Just a read play. And a good job of staying at home and making the play for Brother Martin was Blair Joseph.
Yeah, and as long as they play with a tight end, I got to breathe a sigh of relief.
I agree.
That plays in Brother Martin's favor, absolutely.
I mean, Pettigrew stays in the game, but he's been splitting wide like a receiver. But he's tucked in right side this time. I think that helps Brother Martin.
Absolutely.
2nd and 7 at the 45. McCoy wants to throw. He's under pressure. He throws outside. Pettigrew caught it, but shook one tackle. Knocked out of bounds near the 49. Big target, big man. It's only 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and about 3.
Yeah, Brendan Brown, the linebacker, looked like he, did hit him in the mouth. The man Pettigrew, he's a big boy. So did a good job of just getting off that tackle and getting some positive yards there. But yeah, I mean, I got to be happy right now, Brother Martin. They keep that tight end in the play because they're playing that 4-man front with 3 linebackers. Brother Martin's got to be happy.
It's 3rd and 4 here. 3rd and 4. That was only a 3-yard gain.
But turnover, guys. Come on.
To the 48-yard line on 3rd and 4. McCoy takes the snap. Looking. Now stepping right. He's in trouble, and they're going to sack him back at the 42-yard line. And Brother Martin gets the big stop and the sack for the Crusaders by John Bookert. And he's down. 2nd sack of the game for Brother Martin. That's going to force a punt.
Yeah, Booker did a great job of coming in from the outside and really containing him because McCoy, he doesn't look off too many receivers. He looks at his main receiver, and if he ain't open, he pulls it down and goes, Lenny. So
good coverage by the secondary also.
Absolutely.
Looks like McCoy's going to handle the punting duties. Justice takes the snap, gets it away. Wobbly kick fielded by McGuire at the 22. He's got room to the outside. He's at the 25, 30. He's at the 35 and dives out to about the 37. Good return by McGuire. And Brother Martin will give it at their own 36 with 3:49 to play in the half, leading 23-20.
By far the most impressive drive or
series,
defensive series that they've had, stopping that St. Aug drive.
No question about it, Chad. That was a big third down there. You know, the momentum had gone in Brother Martin's favor. You didn't want to give St. Aug a first down to continue the drive. Now forcing them to punt, you give your offense the ball back with almost 4 minutes left here, two timeouts and a chance to extend this lead.
Yeah, offense is feeling good. Swilling's got his legs underneath him now with that breakaway touchdown last drive. So, yeah, Brother Martin's offense has to feel good on it right now.
1st and 10, Brother Martin at its own 36. Motion Singleton across the formation left. The give running right to Jordan Swilling. Cuts it in beautifully at the 40. Ripped down about the 41, but there is a flag down. But Jordan Swilling picked up about 4 or 5, but a flag in the backfield likely for holding.
And I'm gonna guess to say that was Clapp. Looked like he was on top of one of the St. Aug defenders at the time. So I don't know if they're going to call holding, but that looks like it's going to be the call.
Unfortunate. Put yourself behind the chains to start this drive.
10-yard infraction. Put it at the 26, 1st and 20. And that is the 7th penalty in 48 yards on Brother Martin.
Too many.
1st and 20. Brogy hands to Jordan Swilling with space. He's at the 30. He's at the 35. He's out to the 40-yard line. Gets 14 back, and they're starting to find some holes for Jordan Swilling.
Yeah, I think that big offensive line starting to wear down a little bit and wear down St. Aug's defense a little bit. And, Swilling's definitely getting some holes. But I tell you what, I got to attribute a lot of that to Brogy being able to throw the ball with pinpoint accuracy in the first quarter, Lenny. They've softened up some of that defensive from St. Aug. That was, 8, 9 men in the box. Now you don't see that as much. You're playing a standard 4-3 defense.
No, you got to respect the ability to pass, and you have so many weapons to throw the ball to. You can't key on one guy.
2nd down at the 39, 7 to go.
Boy.
And they run a reverse, and it's blown up. Robertson blown up for a gigantic loss. Back to about the 29, an 11-yard loss.
No, there's really no need for that play at this time. I mean,
it's
you having
2nd and
success
5
with what you're doing. I don't think you need trick plays at this point in the game.
That's too bad.
The Robertson tackle way back at the 29, a loss of 10. And so as a result, 3rd down and 15.
Now, if you want to keep St. Aug's defense on their toes a little bit, just keep hitting the short passing game. I mean, I think that's putting them on their toes more than anything. But St. Aug's has way too much team defensive speed to be running reverses on.
Snap it. Brogy rolling right off of play action. Looking, throwing down the field, incomplete.
No, had him.
Tried to get it down to the chains, but just couldn't get it to Singleton on the move. And Brother Martin will be forced to punt here.
If it would have been a little more 3rd and 5, maybe reachable. I know Irv Smith was definitely wide open in the flat, but Brogy saying that he had to get the first, had to push it a little bit, but was well short of the intended receiver.
Yeah, it's too bad that what happened is you get the holding call on 1st down to put you behind the chains and kind of take you out of your comfort zone, so to speak. And unfortunately, going to have to punt the ball back to St. Aug here into the wind.
Yeah, Matthew Alfonso
a lot of time
will punt it. Paul Keller and Darrell Landry are deep for St. Augustine. They figure to get good field position out of this. Each team with 2 timeouts left in the half. Alfonso is going to run right. He could fake it, but he'll kick it. And he kicks it beautifully away from. That's a fantastic strategy and kick.
Absolutely.
Inside the 20, inside the 15.
Let it roll.
That's just beautifully done. They saw something in the defensive formation and just ran him right rugby style. And if there was nobody there, he would have ran it. But when he saw somebody, he kicked it. And, of course, he kicked it beautifully away from. Keep in mind, they had twin safeties back, and he still kicked it away from them.
And I think both of the safeties, Lenny, thought it might have been a fake because they
came
ran up 10 yards.
I think you're right.
That was part. Actually, they obviously did some work on special teams this week after last week's debacle, and definitely went into special teams. Yeah,
that was beautifully done. It really
you couldn't have
flipped the field, didn't it?
Yeah.
And St. Aug's at their own 13 with 2:01. That changes everything. They figured to get great field position. Just the opposite now. 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Netted 56 on that, 57 yards.
Unreal. Shotgun McCoy the snap. Looking under pressure. Steps out right.
Come on.
And he could run. He's at the 10, the 15. And he'll step out of bounds at about the 20, 21-yard line. So a gain of about 8 for McCoy, and he stops the clock.
Yeah, to Farrell looked like he contained him momentarily on the left-hand side. But, McCoy's a little bit too quick. Slipped his pressure and was able to get positive yards on the right side.
He's got 9 carries for 74 yards. He's been a real threat running the ball in this game. 2nd and 2 from the 21. Shotgun McCoy. Need I say that? They don't line up under center, do they?
not once tonight.
Run it inside on his own read. Nothing there.
Close
Maybe a yard for Barber, and he is close, but I think he's half yard short, and that will keep the clock running if that's the case. It's an interesting call by St. Aug.
Yeah, and that play really hadn't had much success.
No. I mean,
the only time they had was when they scored in the last drive, but that was, inside the 10-yard line. But, yeah, that's a very interesting call.
Well, they mark it pretty well for St. Aug and make this close, and they're trying to decide whether to measure or not.
Nope. Third down.
It's third down. Third down in less than a yard. And the clock is running, 1:20 and counting. And now it continues to run. And St. Aug still reading, looking over to the sideline, which is a surprise.
No, they're not in a hurry.
No, they're not. McCoy taking a lot of time. He wants to throw on third and less than a yard. He steps up and run, and that's their best play. 25-30, first down to the 33. 11 yards, they'll move the chains, and then the clock will run.
Yeah, but for Brother Martin, they got to be happy with that. Just
sure.
If they want to run 5-6 yards at a pop at this time in the second quarter with a minute left, go ahead.
I agree.
I tell you what,
flipping the field was so important.
Absolutely. Now watch Pettigrew on trips on the far side of the field.
And now we're under a minute, and St. Aug's taking their time again. I mean, look at this. They're still reading. I mean, this is amazing.
They've run 3 plays in a minute.
Crazy.
20 seconds.
That's just crazy, and it benefits Brother Martin. McCoy wants to throw. Under pressure, steps up, could run again, he will. And he'll run out of bounds at about the 37. It's only 4 yards, but he got out of bounds with 42 seconds left.
Yeah, play took 20 seconds to run. Yeah, it is. It's truly amazing to know that.
I can't imagine they don't have something quicker to run. That's crazy.
Or to at least call 2 plays.
Well, sure.
Every play they're calling it, they're chewing up 15, 20
you have to rely on the coaching staff for every play. And there we go again. But this is with a dead ball because of the going out of bounds, so no clock here. 42 seconds left, 2nd and 6. 5 receivers set, really spread them out. 4-man rush, good pressure, throw in the middle, he's wide open. At midfield and getting to the Brother Martin 48-yard line on the catch is Jesse Moore, first down. They'll have to move the chains.
Yeah, look like
so
Anderson
that is 15 yards to Jesse Moore.
Anderson, inside linebacker, came on a blitz off of a 3-man rush, but still couldn't get to McCoy. But, yeah, as Brother Martin, they're keeping everything in front of him right here, making tackles, getting the clock running down.
On first down. Whistle sounds before the snap. 26 seconds left, and now the whistle sounds. So we'll check this.
Motion
on St. Aug. It's going to cost them 5, put them back in their own territory with 25 seconds left. And remember, there's no real threat of a field goal with their kicker being hurt.
I'll tell you what also, even with the ball being set for the first down there, that took them 11 seconds to run that play, and the clock's running again, Kenny.
I mean, they're not getting it done. I mean, it's simple as that. You can't manage the clock this way and have any chance. McCoy steps up. He's going to gun it down the field. Diving effort inside the 25, but incomplete. Landry does not catch it.
No, they call it.
Oh, no, it's incomplete. Yeah. Intended for Keller. He wanted the catch. Didn't get it with 5 seconds left. So time for one more play, barring a penalty. Good effort by Keller. Sliding down, trying to make the catch, could not.
You could have put somebody back here deep. Can't let anything cheap here before halftime.
Yeah, we'll get a timeout with 5 seconds left to devise one more opportunity. Will the Purple Knights? We'll try to get Coach Mark Moniz at halftime here with Richard Tiberville. As both sides head to their sidelines and converse, this is not one of the more stellar 2-minute drills we've seen.
No, but this is a time with 5 seconds left, Lenny. You definitely don't want to rush your 3. You don't want to let McCoy sit back there and let the defense, let the wide receivers run down the field. You rush 5 and you blitz 1 and 2 from the outside, and you put pressure on.
Yeah, if you put 3 down, bring a guy late. Let him be unaccounted for and put some pressure on the quarterback here.
Don't give the receivers time to run all the way down the field.
You got a 3-point lead here, last play of the half, and you get the ball to start the second half as well. You don't want to give up anything cheap.
Guys, one of the things I'd like is maybe if the city would try to replace a few light bulbs in the stadium.
A few?
Kenny, this is 10 times better than when we played.
I know, but I mean, goodness gracious.
You're right. The shadows aren't too bright, which means the lights are very dim.
At the did a game at Memphis the other night. Every bulb's on. You know,
nice.
They took a knee.
They took a knee.
Wow, you got to be kidding.
Not even with a quarterback with that arm. Wow. So halftime arrives, and it's Brother Martin on top, 23-20. And let's check in with Richard Tiberville with Mark Moniz. Richard, go ahead.
All right, Coach. A bit of an erratic start to this game. A lot of penalties. And then it took a little while for your offense to get started, it seemed.
Yeah, we're still not there. We haven't really gotten it started yet. Doing a good job of maintaining the football and kind of keeping the ball away from us. And we're not maximizing our possessions right now.
And your defense, you forced the safety with the holding in the end zone, but other than that, kind of have allowed St. Aug to gain some yardage on your defense.
Yeah, they're not allowing us. The defense has got to get them off the field, and offensively, we've got to be more efficient with our possessions. You know, so got to go get some things fixed, and we'll be all right second half.
All right, Coach. I'm gonna let you go talk to your boys. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Back up to you, Ken.
Okay, thanks, Richard. So at halftime, it is Brother Martin 23, St. Augustine 20. We'll take a timeout. Back with our halftime show as we continue from Chad Gormley Stadium. You are listening to Brother Martin Crusaders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. Halftime here at Chad Gormley Stadium. Final game of the Archbishop Hanning Classic, and it is Martin 20, St. 20 in a good one as we expected. It would be Ken Trahan with you at the half, and as I mentioned, this is the final game of the Archbishop Hanning Classic for 2015. Earlier today, we had the Archbishop Rummel, Archbishop Shaw game in the Hanning Classic, run by Rummel, 49-14. Last night, of course, Jesuit a loser to Holy Cross, great win for the Tigers in double overtime, 28-21. And De La Salle, a big win over McMain as part of this Hanning Classic. Joining me now is one of the architects of this classic and a good and great friend from the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Benny Jones. How are you, Benny?
I'm doing fine, Ken. A great game tonight.
That really is, and of course, a nice night for football. Tell me, it's great to have this fall weather, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, last night at the two games, it was just perfect weather for football as far as that's concerned. And then tonight, we've still got, I don't know how long it's going to stay, and of course the Saints don't need it tomorrow night being inside, so no. It doesn't matter tonight.
Not at all. And of course, as I mentioned, the Archbishop Hanning Classic, this was something that started years ago, stopped for a few years, came back. Talk about it, if you will.
Well, it started, back before Katrina. Of course, Katrina sort of put a kink into everything. And about 4 years ago, we were able to resurrect it. and we've been going strong ever since. We appreciate First NBC, being the sponsor of it. We appreciate the teams, the coaches, athletic directors being involved, the schools being involved. And it's just a great time for the whole weekend to remember Archbishop Hannon and all he did for the city of New Orleans.
Well, obviously he did an enormous amount for this city, a tremendous person. And to carry on his name through this, I think, is a really nice thing. And, of course, you have the schools involved that are Catholic schools primarily in this area. There's some private Catholic schools, others archdiocesan schools, but each and every one of them clearly a big part of this community.
Exactly. I mean, they play such an important part in the education of our children, teaching them the standards of Christianity and, how to live a godly life.
No question. And, of course, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, you have chapters all over the metropolitan area and beyond. And that's the goal, is to have chapters in every school if possible, and to provide a positive atmosphere for young men and women throughout this community, and to share the truth and the gospel of Jesus Christ.
That's exactly right. And basically what we try to do is, depending on the school, find some students who want to start a chapter, and then also a coach that would lead them. And basically what we're doing is working with the coaches so that they can instill in the students, some godly aspiration and some Christ-likeness as far as how they live and how they treat others, how they treat their faculty, how they treat their parents, their teammates, the whole gamut.
Well, clearly that's the case. Brother Martin Band performing as we speak. St. Augustine Band will follow. Always good shows when you have these particular bands on the field. And, of course, FCA, not just a local entity or statewide entity. It's FCAs all over the country and beyond.
You're right. We're in over 9,000 schools around the country. We've got about 1,200 staff that help oversee those schools, and it's just a great organization to be a part of.
Well, clearly there are some really good schools with good chapters throughout the area, and you have a chance to get out yourself, but it really does take leaders within the schools to help make this happen.
Well, it's like any other, we're like any other club on campus, math club, chess club, pep club, whatever. If you have good leadership, adult leadership, then the kids are going to want to be involved, and especially something like this where, I really find students are hungry, for the gospel and to learn some morals and ethics in their lives and to have some standards in their lives that they can go back to and say, okay, this is a foundation, this is an anchor that I can live my life by.
No question. It makes all the difference in the world, and obviously it's incredibly important to give children a base to operate from, a stronghold, and an understanding that there's a greater purpose. And that's part of what this is all about with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and, of course, the Archbishop Hannon Classic concluding here today. I know the schools really appreciate it. They get rent paid for, and they get a chance to just come play the game, and they deeply appreciate that.
I think the athletic directors appreciate it the most. They don't have to pay, rent on the stadiums or pay for the officials or pay for the ambulances, and they can pretty much enjoy the game and not have to worry about, all the things that need to be taken care of.
Well, Benny Jones, it's been great having you with us. We appreciate you letting us be part of it. The Archbishop Hannon Classic again, 2015, and it's been great bringing games to people again from the Classic this year. And listen, thanks for being here, and thanks for what you do, and God bless you and yours.
Well, thank you very much, Ken. I would be remiss if I don't say thank you to the Hannon family, especially JT, as he helps me with all this, and so I just want to say a thank you to those people.
Thank you, Benny. We appreciate it. It's Benny Jones, and here at the half at Ted Gormley Stadium, as Brother Martin's band's concluded, St. Augustine's band will jump out there and perform here momentarily as well. It is a 23-20 lead for the Crusaders over the St. Augustine Purple Knights, and as we mentioned, the Purple Knight band will be on the field. And again, our thanks to Benny Jones. What a wonderful thing he does with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes to sponsor these games of the Archbishop Hannon Classic, pay everything for the schools. They love it. Deeply appreciate it. Benny's a really good man, and again, our thanks to him for stopping by and talking to us about it as the Purple Knight band will take the field. So 23-20, our score at the half, and Chad LaRose and Lenny Sumich rejoin me now. And guys, looking at some of the first half numbers, it's pretty interesting because it really does tell the story about St. Augustine's had a little bit the better offensively overall. The Purple Knights with 10 first downs to 6 for Brother Martin. Rushing yards, 116 for the Purple Knights and 71 for Brother Martin. passing yards for St. Aug, 134 and 72 for Brother Martin. So Purple Knights have 250 yards of offense in one half. Brother Martin with 143. Penalties have been a factor. 7 for 48 for Brother Martin, 7 for 57 for St. Augustine. Of course, the turnover was a big one. Brother Martin had that, set up St. Augustine for a score, and obviously that's a big part of any game. 2 sacks for Brother Martin and none for St. Augustine. So, guys, you look at the first half, and Brother Martin did not play anywhere near its best football, and here they are up by 3 at the half. So, from that perspective, you have to feel good. And you hate to say letdown. I don't know that there's a letdown here. They're facing St. Aug in a rivalry game, but it's tough to match what they were able to do last week against such a good opponent.
It is, Kenny, but as bad as Brother Martin played, a lot of that was in the first quarter. All the penalties, the turnover. The second quarter, they played really good offensively and defensively and special teams. So I think that's why Coach Bonis didn't have the screaming meltdown interview at halftime like we heard him last week. Because I really do. I think they cleaned up a lot of this stuff. And the second quarter, they really took the momentum back, Lenny, and I think that's going to carry over to the second half.
I sure hope so, Chad. They get the ball here to start the second half. Hopefully, can get a score here to start the second half and make it a 2-score ball game here. But give St. Aug credit. They've done a very good job on both sides of the ball. They've done offensively. Kenny, like you mentioned, 250 yards of offense. Done a very good job exploiting a lot of the weaknesses in his Brother Martin defense. And defensively, for the most part, they've done a very good job stopping the Brother Martin running game. Swilling had the one big 49-yard touchdown run, but other than that, they've kept him pretty much in check. It'll be interesting to see here as this game wears on, whether the defense wears down a little bit and he's able to gash him a little bit going into the second half.
And not only that, we get to watch St. Aug's band, which is awesome, by the way. I got to tell you something about the band. I always give St. Aug credit for this. They're the only high school Catholic League band that represents the original 7 Catholic League schools.
I think it's great. The flags, I think that I love this. I mean, they have the flags
sure do, don't they?
with the logo for every school.
Always have.
And I think that is so classy.
Yep.
I think it's terrific. And, of course, they still include De La Salle in that mix, too.
Yep.
And that's pretty special. I think that's really nice to see that. I'm impressed by it.
And it's great, when they go march at the Rose Bowl parade or up in New York, they take the flags with them. So they bring the Catholic League with them. So kudos to St. Aug and their band. They represent not only Catholic League but the city very well.
No question. And, this is something, as you mentioned, they've done for years. And they get to perform in so many places. They take so much pride in presenting their band and their product, the Marching 100, known everywhere for what they are able to do. But St. Augustine, you guys might recall, they won a couple of state championships in what was called Lialo, the literary organization, during segregation when they were not allowed to compete with primarily Caucasian schools. They sued to become part of the LHSAA. They became part of the LHSAA, got inserted into the Catholic League, and they've been a tremendous member and fit. They've done it the right way. My great friend Otis Washington, who I got to be really good friends with, back in the 70s, winning 3 state championships and playing for one other and losing to somebody along the way there, the Crusaders. And Otis did an incredible job.
Dust game, huh?
Just a great guy. And and I'll tell you, and I talked to Otis about it at the time. They had their kids on the best behavior, unbelievably, because they were scrutinized for everything, because they were in a bad time and place then, in an unequal society that's clearly come a long way since then. But St. Augustine has been a marvelous member of this league. They have graduated so many influential people in this community and beyond. And that's why it's great to see them where they are and doing what they're doing. And frankly, we pull for all the schools in this league to succeed because of who they are and what they represent. They do such a good job of educating young men and women in this community. I say women too because of the fact that the girls' schools in the so-called Catholic League are an integral part of this community too.
Sure.
And they do a great job of educating and really preparing people for life.
Yeah, and I'll never forget, when I signed with UCLA way back when, one of the first people to call me and actually congratulate me was Jabbar Jaloot from UCLA. And, it was one of those guys that every year, I think he started as a sixth grader. It seemed like every year on the roster, on the scouting report, he was on it. But great guy, went out and played, had a fantastic career at Tulane. But man, and that's the kind of student athlete that they had. We looked out for each other, but they absolutely represent the Catholic League very well, always have and always will. So I'm glad to see the Brother Martin St. Aug rivalry continue. And yeah, literally neighborhood schools. I don't think we're a mile, 2 miles apart.
No, it's close.
No, I mean you look at what's to come. Brother Martin has to out of league game next week. They travel to Sulphur to take on the Tours of Sulphur. That's a Friday night game at Sulphur. Sulphur's a good team, good offensive football team. St. Augustine next week is going to host Shaw here at Tad Gormley Stadium at 2:30. That's a game we'll have live on WGSO next Saturday afternoon. So both teams moving forward. This is an important game because the winner of this game is going to be tied for first in this league with Holy Cross at 2-0. Rummel's only played one game. They're 1-0. And, of course, Curtis has only played one game. They're 0-1. So this game carries a huge degree of importance as a result. And, the card next week gets very interesting, too, because then you got Holy Cross hosting Rummel in what should be an intriguing game in this league. Two teams that haven't lost a game yet. But I know that Rummel's really good. John Curtis is really good. Brother Martin's really good. It's hard for me to fathom, though, looking at these teams, that somebody can go unbeaten in this league because of the nature of the competition. I mean, I can see 3 teams losing one game or 4 teams losing 1 or 2 games and being right there because
and still going far
I've
in the
seen all these teams.
Yeah.
I've seen them all, and I've seen them all more than once. Yeah. And it's hard to pick against Rummel because they're really good and they've been there, done that, but they're beatable. Yeah, and Bosco beat them. I mean, that's a powerhouse program, but they have a really good team, but they're not unbeatable. John Curtis is a really good team, but they're not unbeatable. No. Brother Martin is a really good team, but they're not unbeatable. No. Right. And then you got Holy Cross, who's a sleeper and coming on and looking good. Jesuit's still Jesuit. You got to beat them. They're a solid program. St. Augustine, as we've seen here tonight, they have talent. The only one that's going to have trouble, I think, moving forward with all the teams I've seen is Archbishop Shaw. Yeah. They have some good players. They just don't have the numbers all around.
The shame of it is, though, Kenny, is that these teams are going to play a great district schedule, and
whoever comes beat each other up and play
beat each other up, and then they got to play each other again come the middle of November.
That stinks, man. I mean, it really does stink.
It does, but it is what it is. The thing is that if you look at the bracket, you need to be a top 6 seed to get a bye. And looking at the way St. Paul's is playing, they're probably going to be one of the top 6. Evangel's going to be one of the top 6. And, Catholic kind of be borderline there. So you're going to finish in the top half of this district in order to not have to play in that first weekend. That's a big deal, and not having to play that first weekend. So, every game's important, obviously. You want to win the district title, but also you have to keep your eye on the prize, which is the state championship come December. But, it's a shame. It's a shame that they got to do it again because there's going to be a rematch in the playoff.
Oh, there'll be more than one. I mean, that goes without saying. And as I've said many times, I mean, it's a lousy situation. Terrible. It's unfair to these schools. They deserve something better than this. They really do. But again, St. Thomas More and Turlings Catholic, who played up last year, elected not to do so this year. And then the year before that, when Byrd and Scotlandville were select schools, they sued to get out of it, and they got back to the other side. So,
nobody wants to play these
Nobody
teams.
wants to play It's really that simple, and it's really a shame, and it's just terribly unfair. And as I've said, the last 2 years, the best team, in Division I, as they call it, the best team during a year, the best team all season long, did not win it. 2013, that was St. Augustine with maybe the best talent they've ever had, led by Leonard Fournette. And they didn't win it because they had to play a rematch game with the only team that could have beaten them, Rummel, and Rummel beat them. And then last year, Rummel was the best team. Yeah. They went through everything undefeated, and they got the one team that could have beaten them. It's matchups. They got the one team that could have beaten them, and Jesuit beat them and deserved it. And they went on to win the state championship. But that's what happens with the rematch.
That's what happens. It depends on matchups and which side of the bracket you fall on and when it happens to go. And it's you need a lot of luck to win a state championship, whether it's a full 32-team bracket or this 10-team league. But, you go back to last year for just a second. The 10, I guess it was 12 teams last year, those teams all would have made the playoffs, or at least 11 would have made the playoffs in the 5A bracket, and all done very, very, very well.
Going far? Absolutely. I just don't like the precedent that it's telling to athletes to just, in general, in Louisiana, people in Louisiana is like, okay, so we feel like we can't compete, so we're not going to compete. I mean,
we're going to take our ball and go home.
Yeah, that's just. I just don't like what that's doing to the kids. It's just giving a bad precedence, and something definitely has to change. I know the coaches here don't like it. They want to play against the best, and they want to be amongst the best.
And nobody asked the kids.
Correct.
Ask the kids. They want to compete with each other. But
the problem is that the private schools don't have the votes. It's that simple.
That's it.
The public schools can do whatever they want.
It's real simple, and the whole situation's messed up, and Eddie Bonine's working hard to try to correct it, because you not only have the private schools where you pay money to go to school and the public schools where you don't, but you also have charter and magnet schools where it's open enrollment on the public school side, which is the same as a private school except you're not paying.
Correct.
And then you have the schools that are at tremendous disadvantage, the district-only schools where they have to go to the school in their particular district, and that's all they can draw from, and that's patently unfair. So, I mean, it really needs to be amended in some way. Good luck with that. At halftime, it's 23-20, Brother Martin over St. Augustine. We'll take a final timeout, and we'll be back with the start of the second half in just a moment. You are listening to Brother Martin Crusaders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. Brother Martin on top 23-20 as we get set for the start of the second half. Ken Trahan with Lenny Sumich and Chandler Rose along with Iberville, and Richard is able to update us now on the injury to Tyree Rhodes of St. Augustine. Not only their starting tackle, but their kicker as well. Richard, what's the word?
Yeah, Ken, it is a left ankle injury from Coach Al Jones. It's apparently a left ankle injury. I was looking for him during warm-ups as St. Aug prepares here for the second half. He was sitting on the bench with his shoe off and the tape cut off his ankle. Coach Jones couldn't say for sure if he would return in the second half or not, but considering he wasn't part of the warm-up crew, and even though he still has his pads on, he's not. He does have his tape cut off and his shoe off. I wouldn't imagine he would be playing in the second half. Back up to you, Ken.
Okay, and that's a big loss for them. Remember, they also lost Lawrence Adams, their big defensive tackle and starter, ejected early in the game for apparently throwing a punch. So a couple of big losses for St. Augustine here. And remember, they missed an extra point as a result of that, and that's a big difference in this game. You're talking about the difference between a 3-point spread and a 2-point spread in a close game. That can certainly be a big, big factor. We shall see as both teams are taking to the field again. Second half getting set to begin. Glad you're watching us tonight at SportsNola.com, listening worldwide at WGSO.com, and also locally on WGSO 990 AM. So, the opening series of the second half is always important, and in a seesaw game it is, because this one really does have the look, Lenny, of the car game that Brother Martin played. Very similar game, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately it does, because that was a little too close for comfort, Kenny. But you're absolutely right. St. Aug's doing a lot of the same things offensively that Carr did, able to spread Brother Martin out and move the ball pretty effectively. Brother Martin, like Coach Boney said right before halftime, offensively, they just don't look in sync. You know, they've got 23 points here, which is good, but they just haven't looked themselves. They haven't really looked real sharp and real crisp. And hopefully here in the second half, they can get back to that and score some points. Interesting here, Kenny. Brother Martin's getting the ball to start the second half, and St. Aug's elected to kick into the wind.
Yeah, that's a really I guess there's two ways to look at that. They want it for the fourth quarter.
But, you know, if you give them a short field here and you go down by 10,
without a doubt,
that changes the whole game.
I couldn't agree more.
But, man, I guess I'm up here. That's why I don't coach. But let's see how it works out for both teams.
And remember, a backup kicker who hits this ball short, as you might imagine, and on the run at the 20. Jordan Swilling, 30. He's loose. 40, 50. Dragged down from behind. He nearly broke it all the way to the St. Augustine 43. And you proved prophetic with your comment there. Brother Martin will have a short field to work with.
Well, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day, Kenny. I get lucky every now and then. But you're right. Jordan Swilling was able to take the ball at about a 20, get about a 37-yard return, and gives Brother Martin great field position here with the wind on the St. Aug side of the field. Let's see if we can capitalize.
He's such a great talent and player and hurts the opponent in so many ways. 1st and 10, Crusaders at the St. Augustine 43-yard line, leading by 3, starting the second half. A receiver split to either side, slot man right, and they're going to run Jordan Swilling behind in that way, cuts back. LaFrance has him at the 42. So short gain, maybe a yard, and it's second down. And about 9 yards to go from the 42.
Yeah, just a little off-tackle play there to the right, Chad. Jordan Swilling maybe a little tired from the kickoff return. Wasn't able to get much. St. Aug's defense still doing a good job keeping him bottled up for the most part.
He's got 82 yards rushing in this game. He's been the primary thrust of this offense as usual. Give it to Jordan Swilling running left. Jordan Swilling busts it outside. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. He's at the 30. Stiff arms the defender. Goes out of bounds with a first down. Down to the St. Augustine 26-yard line. That's 16 more for Bruce Jordan Swilling. Puts him at 98 for the game.
Wow, yeah, great job by Swilling coming to the outside. We saw that twice already where it looked like it was an inside zone keep, and he just bounces it to the outside, and he finds a seam there. And you don't see too many running backs getting around St. Aug's defensive end, but he sure did on that play.
First down from the 26.
Watch the pass here.
Brogy with a man in motion into the formation. Singleton trying to isolate him. And Brogy the snap. Play fakes, throws underneath the throw, but Robertson 20, 15, 10 with a great cut. He'll score. Touchdown. Dennis Robertson, 26 yards out. Good call again.
Wait,
Lenny.
hold on, there's
Lenny.
a flag. Hold on. Is there a flag?
I didn't see a flag.
Celebration. No.
No, maybe not. Sorry, I thought I saw a flag by the line judge. My bad. Touchdown. We'll take it.
Perfectly executed to Dennis Robertson. Brother Martin's up 9. As Brogy hits Robertson. Beautifully done, 26 yards.
Yeah, and it was actually a clear out. Looked like Robinson was the outside receiver, came underneath on a quick slant route, and St. Aug just couldn't get the crossover to cover him.
Perillou's point after is good, and with 11:10 to play in the third quarter, it's Brother Martin 30, St. Aug 20. This is Brother Martin football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. What a great start for Brother Martin. Got the short kick, good return, and scored quickly on the 26-yard touchdown pass. Jake Brogy to Dennis Robertson. Took all of 50 seconds, and the lead is 10 for the first time. Kickoff is hit, a line drive kick down to the 7. It's returnable to the 10, up the middle to the 20, Cut back 25, and out to about the 30 or 31-yard line goes Garland LaFrance. And that's where St. Augustine will start its first possession of the third quarter. Now they find themselves down by 10. Let's see if that changes anything about their approach.
Yeah, hopefully the defense responds to that offense's quick strike, Lenny, and maybe put a 3 and out, stiffen up the defense. Just, don't give up big plays at this point. You do have the win. So St. Aug's got to, fight 70 yards through a tough win as we have quads to the wide side of the field.
Right.
You don't see this too much.
No, 4 to one side, 1 to the other. Wow. Talk about a lack of balance. Overload if you ever was.
But watch Pettigrew.
Right, and he's isolated on the left side, and that's what they're looking.
Absolutely.
That's what they're looking for.
But look at Anderson right there. I'm thinking he's spying Pettigrew here.
On first down, looking for Pettigrew, throwing it inside. That's a touchdown. They're not going to catch him. He scores. 36-yard touchdown. Reading it all the way was Blair Joseph. He's in for the score, and Brother Martin opens up a 16-point lead.
Oh, that was absolutely beautiful, Kenny. Joseph read that ball perfectly. Full speed, he caught that ball. Nobody was going to catch him. Touchdown. Crusaders up by 16 with the extra point to come. Great job.
Yeah, thank God Joseph was thinking the same thing we were and really jumped on that route, because they were definitely clearing out Brother Martin's defense, the coverage, to cover the quads, those 4 receivers on the left side of the field.
Actually, I think that may have been
slant route.
I think that was Trey Swilling actually got that.
Was it Swilling?
Yeah, I think it was Swilling. Everybody's congratulating Trey Swilling.
Well, it had to be Swilling then. It looked like 5, looked like 6, but it was 5. Way to go, Trey Swilling. Wow. We'll get clarification from Richard on that.
Yeah, let's get the right guy. He went pick 6. Let's find out who it was.
Extra point is good. 10:55 to play in the third. And Brother Martin's now up 37 to 20.
Big play.
We'll get Richard to get clarification on who made the interception there, Richard. And making sure it was either.
Yeah, so that's
sure we got it right.
Odd. St. Aug not really pressing the issue with 2 minutes left late in the second quarter, and then choosing to kick into the wind in the third quarter. I mean, that's a 14-point swing right there. I mean,
that's more than at least 14 points.
God.
But they
yeah, I mean, it's just it boggles the mind.
And now you're up 17, and you get to kick the ball with the wind and hopefully pin them back deep again.
It is Trey Swilling, and Trey Swilling with a big play.
Number 5, not number 6. Okay.
What a play by Swilling. You know now why he's being recruited by a whole bunch of Division I schools. Shows you why with a brilliant play there. 36-yard interception return for a touchdown. They've broken it open to a degree, 37 to 20 over St. Aug.
Yeah, so Brother Martin's defense is going to go back on the field, and I guess that answers the question. Yes, they're going to continue with the momentum and put up some more points. But that's, it's good to see Brother Martin having that threat on the offense and defensive side, striking at any time. But yeah, right now, let's see if the kicker can get up into the wind. There you go. That's a nice high kick. Last time was kind of a line drive. Now he's using that wind in his favor.
Into the end zone, touchback. And St. Augustine will have to start at its own 20, and now they're in the soup, 17 down. Boy, how things have changed quickly here.
Boy, you're not kidding.
And start the second half.
A minute and 5 seconds, 2 touchdowns, and you make St. Aug back on their 20. And you have to know McCoy's got to be thinking about there after getting the route jump for the pick 6.
Oh, yeah.
So it changes the whole complexion of the football game.
McCoy in shotgun, trip set right, single receiver left on first down. Landry is the running back. Long count from McCoy, takes the snap. Going to run Landry left. Scat back gets about 3. Tackle by Booker. Going to be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Booker did a good job of coming up, but man, if they continue to just keep running that, give up the middle, and that Brother Martin, that's got to favor Brother Martin. They went back to a 4-man front, 3 linebackers playing kind of deep, but I think they're definitely keying McCoy more than anybody here for the run.
The thing about St. Augustine is they line up quickly, but they take a long time to run their players. So, I mean, they never get a lot of plays off. And
right.
They don't really press the defense in that regard. Stepping up, McCoy under pressure. He rolls right. He wants to run. 25-30, dives down.
Ooh, big hit.
Avoiding the contact. He was managed to avoid it and gets up to about the 32 for a first down. He's been their running threat in this game.
Yeah, he is. And I got to think Anderson, number 7, the middle linebacker, he's just really got a key on McCoy. I mean, he's not really throwing.
He's the only guy that's hurting you, Chad.
Yeah.
with a first down to the 32. McCoy takes the snap, runs Landry to the right, into the boundary, has nowhere to go. Does fight forward for a yard or two, but I mean, into the short side, he just didn't have anywhere to go.
And why wouldn't they run in those plays with a tight end? You know, it looks like now they're taking Pettigrew out, splitting them wide, running trips, 4 wide receivers, and they're running the ball with only 5 offensive linemen. So that is kind of peculiar that they're deciding to run the ball right now with only 5 offensive linemen.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 from the 34-yard line. Landry remains the running back. McCoy gives it to him running left. Bounced it outside, cut it back in. Crosses the 35, but then he's driven straight back, so not much. Got a couple on the play. It's going to be 3rd and either 5 or 6 here, depending on the mark.
Yeah, you just got to be careful, though. Brother Martin's, those cornerbacks are locked up on the outside. St. Aug, especially with McCoy's arm. You know, you run a play action right here. We've seen St. Aug's wide receivers get behind those defensive backs, those cornerbacks. So,
but you almost, I mean, the way this game's unfolded so far, I'll be more worried about him coming back on that draw again.
Yeah, true.
3rd and 5 from the 37. McCoy with Landry behind him. Again, taking a lot of time.
Delay a game.
Play clock to
delay a
they
game.
Took too much time. That's
there it is.
There it is.
Got it.
I mean, they take so
really
much time, don't they?
You might as well huddle.
I mean, exactly.
I don't know why you wouldn't huddle if you're going to run the clock all the way down to...
They do the same thing Brother Martin does to a certain degree. They line up their guys so that basically the defense can't adjust, and you make the guys basically show what defense they're going to run,
right.
And you make a call based on that. But they're taking a lot of more time than they should.
Yeah, but it seems like McCoy's taking a long time getting a call from the sideline.
I'll agree with you. I agree with you. It's too much. But that's just what they're doing.
So back to the 32 now. 3rd and 10. Snap it. McCoy rolls right. Heavy pressure. Tafaro can't get it, but he's going to be ripped down by Andre Walker and sacked at about the 29-yard line. The 3rd sack for Brother Martin.
Andre had a
threw
great
him down
game.
like a rag doll, Chad.
He did. And Walker coming off a great game against Curtis last week, coming up to wrangle McCoy in. Trapano did a good job of flushing him out of the pocket, but Walker definitely cleaning him up. It looks like St. Aug's going to have to punt.
They will indeed. Brother Martin really taking over this game. St. Aug has to punt it away. McCoy will punt it. And McGuire's deep. Stands at about his 40. Good pass from center. The punt is away. It's going to be short, as you might imagine, but it takes a bounce. McGuire picks it up on the run. Smart move. He's got a little room to the 40 and down at about the 43. So good job of fielding that bouncing ball to save some field position by McGuire. Brother Martin will have very good field position as a result.
Yeah, he definitely could have rolled another 10, 15 yards. Lenny.
Yeah, they definitely saved it. I mean, they could have gone down and really flipped the field, so to speak. But Brother Martin's got very good field position.
There is a flag down on the far side of the field, though, and you got to believe it's on the receiving team.
Yeah, Lenny, you can comment on this. It's actually a clip on a punt return, something that you're an expert at. So
listen,
if you want to take it from there, go ahead.
I clipped one time, and it got you a scholarship to UCLA, so you're welcome.
Against St. Aug.
I guess it was against St. Aug.
Against St. Aug, it was.
And I hit him in the side, by the way.
This would be an illegal block in the back, and that's penalty number 8 on Brother Martin, and 58 yards via the infraction. The field position will still be solid at the 30-yard line.
Actually, it was about the same spot on the field, Chad, if I remember correctly. Right around the 30, 35-yard line on this near sideline.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again.
So the Crusaders back on the field, playing a 1st and 10 from their own 30. 7:36 to play in the 3rd, and they're up 37-20. Pistol formation.
Trips tight end.
Yeah. 3 receivers left. Spread them out and run Jordan Swilling. It's not rocket science. Nope, Brogy says I'm going to keep it. And he's trying to get the corner.
Get down.
And he don't like to see him get hit.
Get
He competes. He fought forward for about 5 yards.
Well, maybe after his touchdown in overtime last week. That's
he's
new offensive.
He's philosophy now, man. Yeah,
I think he's calling me out. When I called him out last week, said, "Why didn't you run that play more often?" I think he noticed that.
He answered. And that's his definitive answer.
And I don't mind that, but don't think you're getting outside, Brogy.
But 5 yards, hey, come on.
We'll take it.
2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line. Twin receivers to the right, a single to the left. And a bad snap got by Brogy. It's loose. It's still loose. Still loose. I think St. Aug has it. Just the one thing that St. Augustine needed and that Brother Martin didn't need.
Yeah.
Bad snap, and the Purple Knights, I'm sure, have come up with it. They have indeed. As coming up with it for St. Augustine was 84 Juan Mangeras. And St. Augustine will take over as a result at the Brother Martin 28-yard line.
You mentioned it before, Lenny, that Brother Martin, that's one of their Achilles heels is, every game that they've had a low snap, boggle snap, snap over the head. We saw it in the first half. He got away from Brogy. He was fortunate enough to pick it up. It was a busted play, but this time, unfortunately, Crusaders gave up the ball.
We're halfway through the season here, guys. I mean, you just can't do that.
No, and it's not like we run shotgun every other play or, 10 plays a game. It's every play. Come on.
At the Brother Martin 28, St. Aug with a chance now. And McCoy wants to throw. He has a lot of time. But he can't find anyone. He's just going to run out of bounds for a loss. Another sack. That'll be sack number 4 for the Crusaders. And he had a lot of time but couldn't find anybody.
He did.
Good coverage on the back end. Yep, good coverage on the back end by the Crusaders secondary.
I think what Coach Norris is doing is, all right, we'll rush 3, but it's going to be 3 between the tackles, and we're going to take away the quarterback draw. If you're going to run, you're going to run outside of us where, we have nickel backs, outside linebackers, cornerbacks. So we'll deal with you outside, but we're not going to let you get that easy quarterback draw 10 yards a pop.
So it's 4 sacks for Brother Martin, and it's second down and 13 from the 31-yard line.
Brother Martin's running a 3-5-3 defense.
McCoy back to pass, a lot of time again. And again it breaks down, and again he's going to be sacked. And McCoy is simply holding the ball too long. And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's a result of the pick six. He's gunshot. He doesn't want to throw the ball in space.
No, they got tight coverage on the back end, and you're right, Kenny. After getting the pick six, he's thinking twice about it. And Brother Martin's doing a good job rushing 3 and actually taking away. They left the linebacker in the middle there, Chad. Keep away that inside running lane, and he had nowhere to go. Another sack.
Yeah, it's actually number 24, Brendan Brown. He's kind of like he's in a linebacker position.
Yeah, he's a
defensive back, but he's definitely there.
Long safety linebacker.
But
you've got to make a quicker decision than that. He had time. There's no way you should be taking a sack there. It's third down and a long way to go. They need the 19. McCoy. He's sacked again. Blowing up, and Brother Martin's just blowing him up the middle. Andre Walker again. What a game he's playing.
Well, you're not kidding.
This defense has really stepped up.
Yeah, Walker and Tafaro is really doing a great job from the outside, just collapsing that pocket. And with only 3 guys, Manya. Anderson did come from the outside. It looks like Coach Norris is bringing a linebacker or random spots. But that 3 men, we saw he's finally getting that push that they need. And, when you got 8 in coverage, that's easy for the defensive part.
How about that answer by this defense? They get a short field to work with to defend. 3 straight sacks.
Love it.
Great job. Best job of that defense.
Punt. For St. Augustine, it is a wobbler. It's got time. McGuire at the 17. Running right, got a block. Cuts back, 20, 25. Good job. And another flag comes down the field.
That's not even close. We're making a stupid
That might
flag.
be a late hit.
Well, that's on us.
Well, it's down the field.
And that's on the other side.
And 2 guys.
It's right here on the 40.
Yeah, working on number 13 for St. Augustine.
Yeah, looks
Tyler
like
McGee.
Clapp looks like he's getting the best of Bonice's coaching, I guess you want to call that?
You can call it that. But anyway, let's give credit to the entire defensive backfield. Good coverage there, but also to the 3 and 4 guys. They were only running 3, but rotating in between Tafaro, Walker, Booker, and Clapp. Those 4 guys up front just doing
a great job.
Great job, basically dominating the St. Aug offensive line in that series right there. Excuse me. But then you put yourself with a dumb penalty, and now you have to distance the goal to get to 12.
9th penalty and 73 yards against Brother Martin.
And completely unnecessary. It's 20 yards away from the football.
I'm with you.
And this is something that Coach Bonice, he talked about before the game, cleaning up some of the mess from last week, probably focusing on special teams, but this week he can't be happy with all these penalties.
From the 13-yard line on first down, and in the middle, nothing. Jordan Swilling hit immediately, lost a yard or 2 there.
Yeah, and you don't want to get that momentum swing. You still have the wind in your back with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, but you definitely don't want to get that momentum. You've been carrying it since the start of the second half, but you kind of want to put a drive together and at least get the ball on the other side of the field.
At least get a couple first downs here.
2-yard loss to the 11, 2nd and 12. 3 receivers set, including twins to the left. Brogy the snap. His own play left with Jordan Swilling. He shook one tackle. He bounces it outside. And he's going to get to about the 15-yard line as the defense closed fast. Does get 4. Goes out of bounds in the process.
Yeah, good job by Jeremy West closing up. There was a little hole to the outside, but the cornerback Jeremy West came up and shut down Swilling really quick.
A big third down here. You got the momentum after the big stop, after the turnover. You don't want to give St. Aug the ball back right here. Let's see if Brogy can hit somebody for a first down.
Surprise, surprise. Jordan Swilling, 100 yards rushing, 14 carries, 2 touchdowns. On 3rd down and 8, Brogy fakes, rolls to the right.
Run.
Steps up, he'll run, cuts back. He's at the 20. He's got the first down out to the 25. Good decision by Brogy. Picks up about 10 and a first down to move the chains.
That looks like Chad used to do, Kenny. Just like that.
Minus the passing rush. But no, Brogy did a great job, though, of not hesitating, Lenny. I mean, it was a rollout to the right with trips.
Right.
But, I mean, his receivers were covered. And instead of just pump fake, trying to force something that wasn't there, he pulled it down and ran a good 10 yards. So good job of him moving the chains.
This is his 3rd year as a starter. He's really matured as a quarterback and as a football player.
That makes all the difference. I mean, it really does. And you look at the teams that are successful, always about veteran quarterbacks. Throw to Singleton complete. He's at the 30. Singleton cuts back. Jeremiah West gets him at about the 33, but a good first down play gets about 8.
I like that play. I like that play a lot, especially with big tight end Irv Smith out there blocking for him. He takes up a lot of space, and Singleton's just doing a good job of feeding off of those blocks and always get positive yards on that play, minus the pick that was in the first half when he slipped.
He slipped, yeah.
That's usually a productive play.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line. And St. Augustine jumps off sides. That's going to be a first down for Brother Martin. That's not at all what Purple Knights wanted to have on that play, and that looked like the Tennessee commit DeAndre Christmas Giles that jumped. And that'll be 5 yards and a first down.
I'll tell you what, Chad, one play we haven't seen so far this ball game, which Brother Martin has gone to at least once every game, is that fake dive play action pass to where they run Irv Smith up that seam.
Yeah.
That's been very successful.
Yeah.
So let's see if we don't see that before too long.
9th penalty, 67 yards on the Purple Knights. 3:42 to play in the 3rd. Brother Martin with a 17-point lead, 37-20. First down, Crusaders at their own 38. Snap it. Run it with Jordan Swilling. Broke a tackle. Cuts it outside. Bounced it back inside. First down and more across midfield. He's down to the St. Augustine 49. Just a special player as Bruce Jordan Swilling gets 13 more and another first down.
I'll tell you what, really great block there by Peyton Oakland, the University of Texas commitment. Just bring Jordan Swilling on that play. Just dominating run blocking. He's a great run blocker. Wouldn't be surprised to see him move to offensive tackle at the next level. He's got the frame for it if he puts on some weight.
From the 49 of St. Aug, Brother Martin on the move, 1st and 10. Twin receivers right and a single to the left. Snap it. Jordan Swilling on a run right, bounced it outside, and gets about 2. He's tackled by LaFrance at about the 47-yard line of St. Augustine.
Yeah, it looks like Mike LeBlanc, the offensive coordinator, is using those tight ends in a slot position, kind of off the line of scrimmage, and actually pulling them into the hole and using them as lead blockers. And Swilling doing a great job of reading off of those blocks, making cuts, getting those 4 or 5 yards a pop.
Patrick Lynch, the Brother Martin center, was banged up earlier. He was not in on that last series when they had that snap.
Interesting.
2nd down and 9. Snap it. And running it right is Brogy on the keeper. Brogy tracked down at about the 40. A good open field tackle on Brogy. That's just a good job there by the defender. Stepped up and made a play. It's Ward McGee.
Brogy's not going to go 60 yards on you here, but he makes you account for him. If you
Correct.
take one guy not keen on Jordan Swilling and make him account for the quarterback who is going to pick up 4, 5, 6 yards, that makes it easier for the offense to loosen up that defense.
Got 4 yards to the 44. And it is 3rd down and about 4. Brogy looking over. They're taking a lot of time here. They might take time out here.
3 seconds.
Timeout.
They got to call timeout. No, they got it off.
No.
Did they? They got the timeout. So they had 1 second left on the play clock, and Coach Bonice ran it down, called timeout with 1:36 to play in the 3rd. Brother Martin starting to wear on this St. Augustine defense a bit here. which has been on the field most of this third quarter.
I think they are. Runnels, Clem, Clapp, those guys, Lynch up front. Yeah, they're really starting to take their toll, as we've seen in previous games before. You know, when you rush the ball between the tackles that many times, you know, and you start to get momentum, you know, it's just that defense starts seeing the chains move, Len. You know, it just takes a lot out of you mentally and physically.
It does, and that's when you start breaking things too.
Yeah.
Breaking long runs here as defense get worn down, and defensive linemen are a little less disciplined in their gap assignments.
And that's what Swilling will see do his damage.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see at least him break another long one before this night's over with.
But it is interesting. I wouldn't be surprised right now if with this timeout, if Mike LeBlanc and Coach Boney's dial up something, a little play action here to Irv Smith, because this usually we saw Smith do a little work in last week in the third quarter quite a bit, and really changed up some of the dynamics of what Brother Martin was doing to Curtis. So, you know, let's see if he comes to him right now. He's on the field, on the short side of the field. Let's see if there's a little play action going to him.
To the 44-yard line. It's 3rd down and 4.
Especially one safety deep. No help over the top.
Brogy is rolling left. Under pressure, he's blown up and sacked. Wow.
That play took too long.
I mean, just firing was Giovanni LaFrance. He's a really good player.
Yeah.
He just shot out of a cannon to get to Brogy. First sack for St. Augustine in the game.
Yeah, it was actually
force a punt.
It was play action. It looked like they were trying to get it to Irv Smith, but he had to run all the way across the formation to the left into the flat. And that just took way too long of a play to get up.
Yeah, and LaFrance was there too quickly.
Credit to LaFrance. He sniffed it out and hit Brogy right in the chops for loss.
4th and 13 as a result.
At least we got the win to kick it into.
Yep.
Hopefully we can get one of those rugby style. Well, you might not need it with the win in your back. Just get it up and you know, pin him inside the 20.
Twin safeties deep. Landry and Keller.
3 seconds left.
Benitez to punt. They got to hurry here. They got it off. Benitez a good snap, and he just got it off. Wobbly spiral. Fair catch call for taken at the 18-yard line by Keller. And with 37 seconds to play in the third, that's where St. Augustine will start. It's important to get that punt off before they flip the field. And had to punt into the wind, so they did. And St. Aug has to start inside its own 20.
You know, Brother Martin didn't get any points in that drive, but after starting that drive down at their 12-yard line, they were able to flip the field, take some clock off, and still punt the ball with the wind here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think the key now is the defense is playing good. Don't give up a big play. It seems like you got St. Aug's offense on their heels. If they want to run the ball and get 4 or 5 yards, go ahead. Knock yourself out. Just don't give up that big play.
At the 18-yard line, first down. McCoy wants to throw. Pressure is on. Is holding, no call.
There it
is.
To
Landry. I mean, it was obvious holding.
Yeah.
I mean,
in the backfield,
it's
too.
Tafaro that got held. And, I mean, again, you can't just reach out and grab a guy in space. They're going to see you every time.
No, and he's getting to him. And that's just the offensive line getting tired and tired of seeing Tafaro in the backfield quite a bit. So kudos to Tafaro and you know, all those guys on the defensive line doing a good job.
But if you're running a screen or a release, why are you going to hold?
Let him go.
I mean, again.
Yeah. Kind of the whole idea is to let the guy come at the quarterback so you clear everybody out.
But I got to think right now too that at what point does St. Aug feel like the desperation button needs to be pressed and they start taking their shots?
Well, the quarterback's been gun shy. He won't release the ball. It won't go down the field ever since that pick six.
He's definitely not as aggressive.
No.
Yeah,
and now you're in trouble because you're down. That was a penalty down to the 6-yard line.
It's 1st and 22 as a result. Spot foul. 10 penalties and 79 yards for St. Aug.
They're moving it. Hold on.
They're moving it up to the 8-yard line. Okay. So a 10-yard penalty indeed, as it turns out. 1st and 20. McCoy throws it out in the flat. Landry was open, but he couldn't catch it.
Yeah, basically the same play going to the left. And I tell you what, right now it seems like St. Aug's would go ahead and get the little dump route in the flat and try to make a miss, I guess, and get some yards. But Brother Martin's definitely willing to concede that play.
Well, St. Augustine had 250 yards in the first half. They've done little or nothing here in the third quarter. Brother Martin's done a great job of adjusting and just turning up the heat.
Yeah, Coach Norris is really, that 3-man front's really coming into play. And now that they're getting penetration, it's really being effective.
2nd and 20. McCoy to throw, steps up under pressure, he'll run. It's his best play, 15-20. And again, he dives head forward.
23.
You might want to learn how to slide. That's not the safest thing to go head first to the 24-yard line, a gain of 16.
I tell you what, if you can put pressure with 3 guys up front, that allows you to do a lot of things on the back end. Now, why is the clock? We're running now. The clock stopped. The clock should be running.
No, it's not a first down, so
No.
clock should not stop. It is running now. It's 3rd down and 5. This could be the final play of the quarter. Under 10 seconds to play in the 3rd. McCoy in shotgun. Landry next to him. Retreats to throw. 4-man rush. Throws down the middle. That's caught by Keller for a first down. On the final play of the quarter, gets out to about the 39. So that's the end of 3 quarters with our score. Brother Martin 37, St. Augustine 20. This is Brother Martin football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and at SportsNola.com. Drags a tackler, and a flag comes down late. I wonder if it's a face mask. Out to about the 4. You got to figure either a face mask or a hole, one of the two, in that situation where the flag was thrown. It's thrown right when he was fighting forward. Got to be one of those two, and I think it's a face mask. You're going to tack it on. It is 15. So McCoy gets about 5 and then 15 more on the face mask. So down to the 40-yard line. So give him a gain of 6.
Very.
And a first down. McCoy got 6, and then the 15-yard penalty is the 10th on Brother Martin for 88 yards. And here is draw play with room. Landry, 35-30. Landry scoots down about the 27 with another first down.
And that St. Aug's counter to the 3-man front and having 5 linebackers theoretically that are taking drops. So, Brother Martin's doing a good job of containing McCoy, but, against a draw when you got 5 offensive linemen going up against 3 defensive linemen, something's going to give, and that's it.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
First down to the 27 of the Crusaders. Shotgun. McCoy.
That's a flat.
Looking outside. Has Landry in the flat of the 25. Got a block to the 20. Nice blocking by Pettigrew. The tight end gets Landry close to another first down. And they've got a little rhythm going here.
Yeah, McCoy's doing a good job of just hitting everything underneath because that's what Brother Martin's giving him. Now, the response to that is, those cornerbacks and those nickelbacks, Lenny, they're going to start creeping up. And then you got to watch St. Augustine. Yeah, right. But then again, this happened in the first half.
Tighten up.
Things are tightening up in the red zone.
Gain of 10 of the 17. Back to pass McCoy again. He's going to throw it over the top. Jump ball end zone. Incomplete. Incomplete pass intended for Jacoby Williams. And good job on the coverage.
I tell you, Williams made a nice play on the ball there. Wasn't able to pull it down, but nice athletic play there. Try to bring it in. Ryan Alfonso on the coverage.
Yeah.
And it's 2nd down and 10. McCoy now 10 of 20, 144 yards with an interception. 2nd down and 10 at the 17-yard line. McCoy wants to throw again. Pressure on. He rolls right. He's in trouble.
Get there, Walker.
And Walker's going to get him and drag him down. That'll end up being a sack for New Yards. 7 sacks and 3 by Walker.
And he came from the far side of the field, too. That wasn't even his side.
Yeah, he was hustling.
Good job from rounding up McCoy. I know he was pulling down the ball looking to go. So, good job of Walker getting on his horse early in the fourth quarter and making that tackle.
And it's 3rd and 10 at the 17 as a result. Here's McCoy. Gonna run a draw play with Landry. Looks good. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. St. Aug. Great call. Well executed. And Landry scores from 17 yards out. We got a game again. 37-26.
Yeah, we didn't really make an adjustment, to that draw play and being 3rd and forever. It seemed like, St. Aug did a good job of dialing up that draw again with only 3 defensive linemen. The linebacker's not doing a good job of stepping up.
No, he wasn't even touched till he got to about the 2-yard line.
You got to know where you are on the field. It's a lot easier just to run draws and run little ding passes than throw it over your head. So, especially in the red zone, come up and make that other team, throw it over your head. Don't give them the easy stuff.
Remember, they lost their kicker earlier, so they're going to go for 2 here. McCoy in shotgun.
Draw.
Looking, retreating, under pressure.
He's got a guy.
Had a man, didn't see him. Now he does, and he's got it. Landry stayed in bounds. He bobbled it. And they say he did not have control as he fell out of bounds. So, a narrow miss for St. Aug, and that'll be a timeout on the field with 10:32 to play in the game. It's Brother Martin 37, St. Augustine 26. This is Brother Martin Crusaders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com. I like Landry. I saw him last year. I thought he was really quick, and he gives him a different dimension out of that backfield. 17-yard touchdown run. 2-point pass failed. It's 37-26 Crusaders. 10:32 to play. We'll check in with Richard here at the first opportunity after this kickoff. It is an onside kick, right side. It's gone out of bounds. So Brother Martin's going to have great field position out of this. Let's check in with Richard Tiberville on the Brother Martin sideline. Hey, Richard.
Hey, Ken. Patrick Lynch, Brother Martin starting center, is out the rest of the game. He has re-aggravated a bone bruise in his left knee that he's been dealing with for about the last 4 weeks. We saw him miss some plays against John Curtis last week. So this is a lingering issue that apparently he's trying to fight through, but it's going to cost him the rest of this game tonight. Back up to you, Ken.
Okay, too bad. And Brother Martin hopes that they don't need him because he's a valuable player, and they hope to get him back soon. Pettigrew's running off the field. I'm not sure for what reason. He's heading to the locker room. Brother Martin will start at its own 48 with 10:30 to play. Great field position again. To see if they start pounding the rock with number 9.
It's a good time to do it.
With an 11-point lead, trying to run some clock. 1st and 10 from the 48. Snap it. Give it to Jordan Swilling. He busts out of the pack, gets to midfield, and fights to the 49. Jeremiah West on the tackle, but he got 3.
Boy, he was just a step away from breaking that too.
Yeah, he always seems to. And when there's nothing, you see the down marker moving 4 or 5 yards every time. It's amazing.
Special player. 2nd and 7 at the St. Augustine 49. As we approach 10 minutes left to play in the game. Brother Martin up 37-26 over St. Augustine. Receivers to either side. Wide side, right side of the field. Singleton motions into the formation and across it. Snap it. Give it to Jordan Swilling. He's hit right away. He does fall forward. Maybe he got a yard, but he was met virtually as soon as he got the ball. And good job for the Purple Knight defense there by 41 Cordy Johnson.
Yeah, did a great job of coming up and filling in the hole. I thought for sure that was going to be play action because there was nothing there, but Brugge looked like he gave the ball to Swilling for a very, very short gain.
It is 3rd and 6 at the St. Augustine 48-yard line.
Big third down here.
We approach 9 minutes to play in the game. Brogy in shotgun, wide side, right side of the field. A lot of room to this side, too. And they got Oquan slotted over here. I got to believe they're coming this way.
Timeout.
We'll get a timeout first. Took a look, surveyed, and took a timeout. Did Brother Martin. So with 8:57 to play, one timeout remaining for the Crusaders, who have a 37-26 lead.
I know Brother Martin likes to run a lot of play-action bootlegs, Lenny, in third down, third and long, and you know, having the ball on the left hash mark and Irv Smith being on that left side. Watch him coming around for that bootleg. I know we've been calling his name out a lot, but you know, he's always due for one big play in a big time in a game, and this could be it.
Yeah, you're right, Chad. In that last offensive series for the Crusaders, they tried to run that play, but St. Aug blew it up coming off the blitz from the linebacker, and Brogy didn't have time to wait for Smith to clear the side of the field. So big third down here. You know, you give up the touchdown, only up 11. You got good field position. You know, even if you don't score, you want to at least keep the ball away from them and eat some more clock. But you don't want to give them the ball back here with 9 minutes left in this football game.
I like a screen of Swilling right here too. I mean, we saw that in the first quarter when we got that touchdown.
Yeah, with that little wheel route.
Yeah, a little wheel route, little screen maybe. But you know, throwing the ball to Swilling, we saw he's got excellent hands for a big guy.
Change the formation too.
So here is 3rd and 6. And a fake by Brogy after a big rush. He got it off, but he was hit as he threw. He couldn't make an accurate throw. Giovanni LaFrance is some player.
Yeah,
he just fired like a rocket and got to him and really impacted the throw and made it be just off the mark. So it's incomplete and a punting situation.
Brogy couldn't sidestep him. We had nobody left to pick up the blitz.
No.
Actually, Swilling, after he did the play fake, took off on the left side on that wheel route that we saw before, Lenny, but there was nobody to pick up that linebacker coming in, LaFrance screaming in, doing a great job disrupting the play.
Punting situation.
4th and 6. Watch that rugby thing. If that rugby kick to this side, if they gets a little room. Yeah.
Alfonso did it before to the right side. There he goes again. And he'll punt it away. And punt it away from the receivers, and that's just a very effective kick. Look at this.
Keep going.
Inside the 10, inside the 5. You can't do it any better.
Got
Fantastic job by Alfonso.
Great
Down
job.
at the 3 with 8:41 to play. That's a terrific punt. And again, pins St. Aug in the hole.
If you can't put points on the board, Lenny, that's where you want it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't do anything better than that, like you said, Kenny. Alfonso did a good job with the rugby-style kick to the right side and able to pin the Purple Knights deep in their own territory here. So time for the defense to step up and get the ball back for the offense. Not let St. Aug get any closer in this football game.
I wish I knew a good rugby guy I could compare it to, but I just don't know any on the top of my head.
First down from the 4-yard line for St. Augustine. McCoy in shotgun. Takes the snap, runs the draw. Landry hit right away and decked by Clapp. Nowhere to go for Landry. And making sure of that was Matthew Clapp.
There's Mr. Clapp on the defensive side of the ball. Matthew Clapp doing a good job.
There's about 7 of them, so just
I hope there is.
Just say Clapp, you'll be safe.
You're in pretty good shape.
2nd and 10 from the 4. They tried to get Landry the ball again in space, but Clapp said no way. Snap it from the end zone. McCoy wants to throw. He's going to throw it to nobody, just threw it away.
Pressure from the front 3.
He just hasn't been the same guy in the second half. Ever since that pick 6, he's been tentative, not wanting to take chances, and he's been sacked a bunch.
And you're right, and he definitely doesn't have any zip in the ball. It looks like that was kind of fluttering out of his hands, and yeah, he's just trying to get rid of it rather than stepping up into the pocket and really zipping it downfield.
You know, he went to the locker room a minute ago. Wonder if he's hurt in any way,
well, that
too.
was Pettigrew.
I think that was Pettigrew.
I'm sorry. I thought
Pettigrew.
that was McCoy. My mistake.
It's 3rd down and 10. McCoy from the end zone wants to throw. Throws over the middle, man open. That's caught. Can he get to the marker? The answer is yes. Looks like it.
There's
First
a flag,
down. There is a flag down.
That's going to be a hole.
Landry
maybe in
the
the end
catch.
zone.
Landry the catch and kind of figure it's holding.
They point to the spot right here. I don't think it.
Well, because it was. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, you always have to wait for the official signal, which we'll get. It is holding on St. Aug, so that will negate the play. And St. Aug clearly impacted by that. Cost him a first down.
I'll tell you where that was, too. I'm surprised, and that was out of the end zone. That could have been another safety again. But
he was in the field of play that time. That is the 11th penalty on St. Aug, and 79 yards, half the distance penalty.
Catch a break there, defense. You got to make them pay now.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, it's got to go back to the 2. They hadn't marked it yet. There they go. Because they were on the 4, so it's got to be a 2-yard penalty to the 2. And it is, so it's 3rd and 12 from the 2. Now, if they can get after him, they forced the hold in the end zone earlier. And with a quarterback that holds it a while, that's possible. 5 receivers set, open formation, 3 more in rush. Steps up, there goes the draw.
Up and get
5, 10, 15, first down as he slides down. Same old play to the 19th.
The one.
Yeah, and I got to think now, especially in the second half, Anderson's got to be aware, the middle linebacker, of, hey, he's not really picking on me anymore like he was in the first quarter. They're hurting me on with their legs. So he's got to not take a 10-yard drop when McCoy drops back. He's really got to just sit and almost just shadow.
On first down, here's McCoy looking to throw again. Over the middle, it's caught. Perfect throw to Williams at the 30. 35 speed to the 40. Boy, can he run. All the way out to midfield to Colby Williams. That's a big play. 31 yards and a first down, St. Aug, and they're on the move.
Yeah, they're starting to play pitch and catch now. McCoy's starting to get his confidence back a little bit, so Coach Norris has to counter that. He's got to bring somebody to help that 3-man rush out. That's been in all game. You're right, Lenny. They really hadn't been substituting. Maybe they are getting tired, but they need help from the outside and definitely push up the middle to help him get him off his stride.
At midfield with the first down is St. Augustine. With 7:32 and counting, they trail by 11. McCoy wants to throw. He has time. Throws deep down the center of the field. Diving
Nice
effort.
catch.
What a catch. Beautiful catch by Keller on a good ball down to the 25. That's 25 yards and another first down.
I'll tell you, 3 play. You have 3rd and 10 at the 2. 3 plays later, they got 1st and 10 at your 25.
Yeah, and Bailey Nuss, the free safety, I know he's responsible. He's a center fielder back there, but he might have to come up a little bit. Seems like everything is in front of him, all the plays.
It's 200 yards passing from
Same
McCoy.
play.
Throws down the middle, and Keller caught it again inside the 10 and down to the 5. He's got a first down and goal to go as a result. And, I mean, they're executing. That's beautifully thrown and caught, but Keller's tough. He's got 21 yards.
It's just that skinny post against Marcus Sutliff. Yeah, number 83, who's coming in, is actually a receiver, but he's playing cornerback and Bailey Nuss, and they really don't have tight coverage on him, so he's just hitting that seam.
First and goal at the 4. McCoy's going to run. It made a good move, and he'll score. Touchdown, McCoy. Boy, he made a good move to avoid one. He's a good runner.
Yeah.
And he scored, and suddenly it's 37-32.
And as you said, we've seen the momentum, Lenny, shift, from in a matter of 4 plays, but that's what a St. Aug team can do for you. If you don't get your responsibilities, if you don't cover anybody, a quarterback draw, 2 quick post seams, and then they're right back in the game.
Yep.
And they'll go for 2 to try to make this a 3-point game. Again, their kicker injured earlier, has not returned. Barberin is in the backfield. It's a big play here. They're all big. Although they can't kick a field goal, so snap it. McCoy looking in the flat. Man open. Barberin, he dropped the ball. And it's no good. So with 7:01 to play, Brother Martin holds on to a 37-32 lead.
That's a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, so, I mean, Brother Martin, at this point, they at least got to go down and get 3 points, Lenny, on this drive. They at least got to go down and get 3 points. We don't think St. Aug's going to come out and kick 2 field goals or kick 1 field goal, for that matter, to try to get them back in the game. But if Brother Martin goes down the field, gets a field goal, gets 3 points with an 8-point lead, I'd feel confident.
Well, at least with an 8-point lead, they can't beat you.
No.
At least not in regulation. They have to go to overtime to do it. But as good as we looked in the 3rd quarter, looks like we had St. Aug on the heels. Give the Purple Knights credit. This team does not quit at all.
Yeah, the defense, I think, just got tired, Lenny.
But you got to make a play in that situation, Chad. 3rd, and it's the same guy. He's beating you every time. You got to count for him.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But looking at the bench right now, Brother Martin's defense, I mean, those guys, they're sucking water. Every one of them sitting on the ground, they're sucking wind right now. They are exhausted.
Well, it's amazing, the transformation of McCoy. He looked lost in tall weeds in the 3rd quarter. Now he suddenly looks like a pro quarterback.
Yeah.
He's got a great arm, and this guy can run. I mean, he's improved dramatically running the ball this year. That was not something he did last year. He's doing it now, and that's a real weapon. He's got 120 yards rushing in this game, and he's passed for 221. And again, look for a short kick of some sort. Brother Martin needs to take care of the ball and recover it and get good field position. It's a bouncer down the middle. Two guys go for it. McGuire grabbed it and falls down at the 31. Well, you can't fault them. They both went for it. That's not one where you can call for it. You got to get the ball.
And once it hits the ground, you got to get it.
So Brother Martin with good enough field position again. Will start from its own 31.
You know, Brother Martin's offense has not scored since that first drive of the second half here, and you know, it's been quiet for a quarter and a half here. It's time for the offense to step up and take care of the football, and let's get some points on the board here.
Yeah, the momentum's definitely shifted to the Purple Knights, but that's not to say, you know, Brother Martin's offense can't shift it right back. We've seen it, you know, big plays. They can come up with a big play at any given moment. So they definitely need to dial something up right here. Swilling's due for a long run. Play action from Brogy. We just got to get something where we get on the positive.
I think you start with the play action, try to loosen them up a little bit because they know Swilling's going to get the ball here.
On 1st and 10 from the 31. Give it to Swilling. Jordan Swilling cuts back. Flag is down. He's going to get 3. He's going to be tackled at the 34, but there's a flag down. That would be a 3-yard run, but in all likelihood, it's going against the Crusaders. Although they're pointing at St. Aug.
Yeah, O'Quinn and tight ends pointing the other way.
And they're doing a little pushing in there too, so they try to get Jordan Swilling out of there. Smart move. Don't want to get engaged in that. So they're pointing at St. Aug.
Was that face mask or was that defensive holding?
Tough to do defensive holding on a
run.
Play.
I don't know.
Really strange if that's the call, but we haven't gotten the official signal yet. Again, a long conversation before we finally get it marked off, and it's a big one against St. Aug. It's 15 yards.
Wow, that had to be face mask. Yeah.
Wow.
Boy, that's huge.
Out to the 49-yard line, so you get the gain of 3, and then the 15-yard penalty. Hands to the face, personal foul.
Yeah, and they got to be careful here because they're starting to jaw back and forth.
Yeah, they are. They got to separate them. That's not what you want to see here.
Yeah, that's big. DeAndre and Swilling will kind of mixing words back and forth, but there's no need to be getting in conversations at this point.
Just play the game.
Absolutely.
12th penalty on St. Aug, 94 yards. 1st and 10, Brother Martin at their own 49 with 6:42 to play, up by 5. Snap it. And Brogy kept it. He wants to throw it and does, and it's caught by Singleton. Nice move across the 40 of St. Aug, and a first down about the 38.
There's a flag coming in late, too. I'm not
late
sure.
Flag. I'm not sure what that's for. It's up the field. I hope they didn't call an eligible receiver. And now O'Quinn gets into a pushing match with a defender. And they've got to just concentrate on playing football here.
Yeah, but that was a great job. It was play action pass. Brogy pulled it, and Singleton came back for the ball.
It's on Brother Martin. They're pointing against Brother Martin. Probably an eligible downfield. Yeah, I could see. They were pointing. Yeah, you could see him. He was at about the 43-yard line when they pointed at him. So that negates a good game in the first down.
Yeah, that does, and that's something we have to start to do more of, especially this drive, letting a little pitch and catch. Just getting on the outside. You got somebody like Singleton that can shake people and get that first down and move the chain. But, you know, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back for the Crusaders with all these penalties.
5 yards to the 44-yard line. That is penalty number 11 for 93 yards. St. Aug's 12 for 94. So now it is 1st and 15 from the Brother Martin 44. 6:32 to play. Snap it. Give it to Jordan Swilling on a cutback play. Makes a good move. Crosses midfield running with reckless abandon. Pounds the defense down about the 48 of St. Aug.
Yeah, that time running the inside zone, Lenny. Looked like he's been cutting to the outside the whole time, but now he made a cut to the inside and really got positive yards and while delivering a blow to that safety.
Well, you're not kidding. He just ran with reckless abandon there, and he's just punishing that defensive player for St. Aug.
It's an 8-yard gain to the 48 of St. Aug. It puts Brother Martin back on schedule. 2nd and 7 as we go under 6 minutes left to play. 37-32 is the lead for Brother Martin over St. Augustine.
Play clock's not working either.
Well, I just reset it, but it's not working. 2nd down and 7. Snap it to Brogy. Play fakes. Wants to throw down the field. Intercepted at the 31-yard line. And St. Augustine gets the big turnover.
That's 3.
That's picked off by number 26, Rodney Coleman. Big turnover there.
Now that was the seam dump off the play action that we were talking about. They usually hit Irv Smith as a tight end, but now they did it off of Twins, leading to the slot receiver. But man, you can't throw that. You got to take the sack or throw it out. Just throw it away or just pull it down and try to get some yards. But that was the first bad pass we saw Brogy throw today, and that was costly.
And now St. Augustine gets it at its 34 with 5:38 to play in the game. Down by 5 with the ball, coming off of a really good drive, their best drive of the game last time around. They went 8 plays and 82 yards. Or rather 7 plays and 96 yards. 1st and 10 from the 34. Snap it to McCoy. Steps up. There he goes running. 35. Slips and falls near the 40. Picked up 5 or 6.
Yeah, we're going to have to see either a 4-man front or we're going to have to
count for him.
Yeah, we do. Well, it's just too much of a gap between your 3 down linemen and your linebackers and your nickelbacks and your cornerbacks that are playing off 7-8 yards. It's just you have nobody that's accounting for getting past that first level of defense.
2nd and 4 from the 40. Shotgun. Back to pass McCoy. Looking.
There you go.
Still looking. He's got a man wide open. He doesn't see him on the right side. Now he throws down the field, and it's caught. What a throw. To Colby Williams in a first down. What an arm he has.
Yeah.
McCoy drills it to Colby Williams for a first down of the 45 of Brother Martin, 15 yards.
And Tafaro was applying the pressure, just couldn't get to him. Give credit to McCoy, scrambling, using his feet and getting to the outside, buying time. But
you're rushing 3, you got to get to him.
Yeah.
You can't give him 10 seconds to throw the football.
Williams with another big play, 15 yards and a first down. And here is a draw play coming. Nice cut by Landry across the 40, 35, explodes at the 30, all the way down to the 25, and a gain of 20 and a first down. And boy, he's made a difference in the second half. They went to the more diminutive and faster Landry in the backfield, and he's given St. Augustine a spark.
Yeah, and I really think Brother Martin is now, they're truly getting tired in the front. As we see him now go to a 4-man front. But I think Brother Martin's defense is just getting tired, Lennon. They look like they're much slower coming off the ball as they were in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Landry for 20. It's 1st and 10 at the 25 of Brother Martin. McCoy throws it outside. Intercepted at the 25, 30, 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. McCoy saves the touchdown. Biggest play of the game is made on a tip ball by Taylor Swallow. Wow.
What you talk about change the football game. Just a great tip ball there. Swallow makes the interception, the right place at the right time. Instead of St. Aug going in for the potential go-ahead score, Brother Martin's got the ball all the way down in St. Aug, deep in St. Aug territory. Now you got to put points on the board, Chad, and put this game away.
Yeah, it was almost a mirror image of what Jake Brogy did from Brother Martin in throwing an interception. It came back, but good job by Swallow being at the right place at the right time down the field. Flipping the field, Brother Martin's offense has to close the door right here and just put the nail in the coffin and put an end to this because, man, momentum definitely swung back to Brother Martin's side. But, man, we got to finish. We definitely got to finish.
4:31 to play. I just say give it to number 9.
I tell you what, let the big boys up front dominate here. And I agree with you, Kenny. Give it to 9 and let's go.
No need to try to throw the ball. 1st and 10 at the 25. Give it to Jordan Swilling. Hit immediately, but he'll still fight for a yard or 2.
Get up, get back in the huddle.
I mean, it's pretty chippy down there. They're still
real chippy.
I mean, that's got to stop. Got to stop.
Well, you just can't. You can't do that in situations like that. I mean, you're going to cause a 15-yard penalty.
No. But the refs have to basically go to the coaches and give a warning or do something because it's starting to get feisty.
There's some stuff going on with a couple of guys on each side. It's the same numbers you keep seeing, by the way, without getting specific.
Clock's still
It's a gain of 1. Yeah, that's crazy. They hadn't even spotted the ball. That's a big break for Brother Martin.
Well, they got the play clock running,
but I mean that shouldn't happen in that situation. Now they blow the whistle.
Yeah, they got to.
I mean, they let about 20 seconds go.
They got the clock still running.
That's crazy. It's still running. It's still running. Is anybody minding the clock?
No.
I guess not.
No, a good minute's run off the clock already. They got to.
And
they're finally there.
This is a St. Augustine home game, so this is not a hometown clock operator. And the clock finally stopped. I guarantee you they ran 30 seconds off that clock. Guarantee you. Maybe more. And if you're Al Jones, he's furious. And sure enough, Al's a good man. I've known Al for a long time. He's a really good person. He's got every right to be upset here. That was ridiculous.
Well, I hope they may fix that too.
I mean, you don't want to see that.
Because the back judge came up and stopped it a good 20 seconds ago, and I guess the clock operator didn't see him wave his arms.
I mean, they're going to have to reset this clock. There's no way they can leave it the way it is. Coach Jones is pleading his case.
Well, I'm just interested.
And he's right.
What's going on? Because, you know, did somebody call a timeout? The official call a timeout? I mean, the play is stopped here for no.
No, I think both players, they were kind of.
Well, Coach Jones is furious. I mean, he's.
Yeah.
I think he may have been ejected.
He may have been ejected from the game. I mean, this is crazy.
Well, if he's ejected,
he's ejected, but they still got to fix the clock there. That is nothing.
Well, that means it's got to be 15 yards too if he's ejected.
I mean, this is crazy. Crazy stuff. It's gotten chippy. And here's a situation where I don't know if the clock malfunctioned or if somebody just fell asleep down there.
Don't know. Waiting for the officials to sort it out, though.
I see them playing with a wire down there, so maybe it's just a malfunction. And,
I hope so.
And, you know, and Al Jones, of course, has to protest that and say, you need to fix this clock. I mean, my team needs time. And
let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, we're just guesstimating 30 to 40 seconds along those lines.
I would think it was just under 4 minutes.
And then if you had a player ejected earlier in the first quarter. Now a coach ejected.
He's talking to the clock official now.
But they are marching off 15.
And they're going to march it off for unsportsmanlike conduct. And with a coach being ejected, boy, that's a real bad break for St. Augustine. I mean, you really don't like to see that.
No, you almost want to calm the coach down and be like, look, we'll correct the problem. Just don't hurt your team.
He's trying to. The referee is trying to tell the clock operator how to reset the clock here.
Mm-hmm. There it is. All right, you're putting 3:43 back on the clock. You just put 20.
Now this clock should start though as soon as the ball's set for play.
It's a 12-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal, to the 12-yard line. It's 13 penalties, 106 yards on St. Augustine. And you know they're not happy, and the clock is running now. So Brother Martin will wisely. They don't like to slow it down, but now's the time to do it.
You better get this play off though. You only have one timeout left. Let's go, guys.
Break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. With 6, with 5, with 4. They get it off. Cut back play. Jordan Swilling, he's loose. 5. Touchdown, Brother Martin. As Jordan Swilling breaks it for 12 yards and a score, and the Crusaders extend the lead to 43-32.
Yeah, big play there. The momentum was shifted after the unsportsmanlike conduct there, Chad, on the St. Aug bench, and Crusaders made him pay for it. Jordan Swilling able to find a little daylight to the right-hand side, able to sprint to the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, he looked good. You know, just simple inside zone play, and that's what Coach Moniz talked about last week, and I'm glad to see Brother Martin doing it this week. You know, when you got a team, down, keep them down, and just shut the coffin door and close them out.
Extra point is up, and it is good by Perilou. 3:16 to play, 44-32. Brother Martin over St. Augustine.
You know, there's still a lot of time left in this ball game, though. 3:15 left in the way, 3:16 left, excuse me. And the way that St. Aug that went down on that last drive, they can score in a hurry. So defense needs to step up and make St. Aug earn it. Keep everything in front of it, keep them in bounds, and try to run out this clock and get out of here with a win.
Yeah, Lenny, it's going to be interesting. Coach Norris, I mean, even though we're up by 12 points, we're going to have to do something to rotate some defenders in. Those 3 defensive linemen, they are gassed.
They're gone.
They are totally gassed.
Well, they're running Walker, Tafaro, Duplanche, Clapp, and Booker in, and those big guys are, they're getting tired.
And it's not like they only went 40 yards. I mean, they twice they went over 80-yard drives. So yeah, they're worn out. They're asking a lot of them. They've done a lot, but they've asked a lot. But we got to give those guys help. So either they got to some substitute guys in, play the same defense, or they got to change defenses up to give them a little bit of help up front.
Mm-hmm. So it will be Benitez to kick it off.
Can't give up something cheap here either. You don't want to give them a quick one.
Landry is deep, along with LaFrance for St. Aug. Ball keeps falling off the tee. So you have to respot it a second time. Now they just have a person holding McGuire. We'll just hold it for him. That's the wind effect out there.
Get down and cover, guys.
Here's the kickoff.
Pooch punt.
Pooch punt, a kick rather, fielded short. And
tackle.
Nice return to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's gutsy.
Jonathan Willard had no fear. He just came up and got it and said, I'm going to go for it, man.
I think it threw the kickoff coverage team off guard. I think they were expecting him to fair catch it, and he just pulled it down and got an extra 8-9 yards.
3:13 to play. St. Aug needs a quick score. That's what Brother Martin must avoid. Purple Knights can strike quickly, as you know.
Now watch St. Aug. Watch him come back. I mean, they spreading Brother Martin out, trips to the wide side, single receiver down low. But watch the inside receiver on that trips running that seam post that they got a lot of yards on last drive, Lenny.
Yeah, just got to be careful with that. You can't give up something big and quick.
Snap it. McCoy wants to throw. Now he rolls out to the right, flushed out. Still looking. Throws it down the field. What a catch. In traffic. Pettigrew ran into his own man who tackled him. Oh, my.
From St. Aug.
He was trying to get to the outside. He got tackled by his own man, Colby Williams. First down to the 44 of Brother Martin. They got to move quickly.
I believe that's Williams' first tackle of the night, Kenny.
Yeah, I would guess to say that's correct.
I'd venture to say you probably have made a correct statement there, too.
Master of the obvious.
5 wide.
Snapping. Looking to throw.
Too much time.
Stopping. Gonna gun it down the field. Man wide open. Williams. He caught it, and he's in. Touchdown. Wow, just like that. 44 yards and a touchdown. Wow.
That's about as bad as you can play defense right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's
and unfortunately,
terrible.
Number 22, Matthew Alfonso, just got called peeking back at McCoy. And once you do that, the receiver broke up field down the sidelines, and little touchdown jaunt for over 40 yards. But yeah, that's what happens, Lenny. When you got a quarterback that's scrambling, running around, and you can only cover a guy for so long.
44 yards to DeColby Williams. It's 44-38. Remember, they can't kick an extra point. So now they're going to go for 2 again.
It's always interesting.
Looking, McCoy rolling left. He's going to run it. He's going to get there for sure.
Not going to call it.
So McCoy runs it in, and just like that, it's now 44-40. Brother Martin with 2:46 to play. Isn't this weird?
Here's a shootout.
The final score against Carr was 44-41.
Wow.
We kind of said early in the game that this reminds us of that game.
Yeah.
Here we are again.
Yeah.
But it's a noticeably lack of rush from Brother Martin's defense, Lenny, that we're just not getting that push. We're not getting that pressure on McCoy. And, Kenny, you said this early. He wasn't the same quarterback late in the second quarter, all throughout the third quarter. But now, since he's not getting that pressure in his face, not getting, that much outside pressure, he's stepping up in the pocket. He's running around, and he's looking like a NFL-type quarterback. He's zinging the ball all over the place, and he's really being effective, hurting Brother Martin.
Well, they needed a quick score. Did they ever get one? It took them all 17 seconds to score, and then the 2-point conversion makes it 44-40, and now you got to watch for the onside kick.
Well, yeah, obviously here. But, they got 3 timeouts left, or at least I think they have 3 timeouts left. 3 timeouts left here, so Brother Martin's got to get a few first downs here.
Yeah.
This game is not over. Don't feel very confident with our defense right now and being able to stop them.
Here's the kick, and it's very high down the middle, and they got to go get the ball. Somebody needs to pick it up. They do at the 4, upfield to the 10. Nice cut by Singleton. He's at the 20 and out to about the 22.
But that reminded me of that kick last week against Curtis. Same situation.
Yeah, I know. Down to that was at the 3. Huh? Oh. Yeah, but you're right, Lenny. We definitely have to get multiple first downs. If they got 3 timeouts, they're going to use them. Well, you got to anticipate that they're going to use those timeouts against you just to save some time on the clock. So I think Coach Bonis is there. It's just settling them down right here. Say, hey guys, they haven't really shut us down all game. So let's get the push we've been getting. Let's move the change. We can end the game right here with the ball in our hands.
Coach is watching from the tunnel, far side. And Brother Martin needs to make a first down here. First and 10 at their own 22. 2:42 to play. Snapping. It's on the ground. Picked up by Brogy. And he fights his way back, fortunately, to the line of scrimmage.
3rd time today.
Well, again, injury at center. And you got to think St. Aug's going to call timeout.
They did.
They did. They'll have 2 left.
Goodness gracious.
Brutal.
Second down, forthcoming.
Yeah, you can't penalties and just the errors. You got to eliminate. You got to eliminate that. You can't have that when you're playing anybody, much less St. Aug, and you're only up by 4.
Yeah. So after the timeout, they talk it over. A St. Aug player was shaken up on the field. Junius Houston.
Well, did they call timeout or they
came off? I mean, they called the timeout.
Yeah, they called the timeout prior. Yeah.
Or was that an injury timeout?
Either way, the timeout is charged to St. Aug. They should have 2 left. Brogy got 1 yard officially, 2nd and 9. At the 23-yard line.
We got something else going on.
No, I do. And I mean, this is the issue when you don't line up under center. We don't see that.
I know they call it an illegal shift.
The snaps can be really vital. Okay, they're just going to reset the play clock.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had all kinds of issues with that tonight. There it is. It's reset. So 2:17 left. I mean, this is really taking a while. We're just hitting the 3-hour mark and still playing. And I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. They reset the play clock and blew the whistle and then stopped again. And now we're sitting and waiting again. And this drags on. And now the officials want to talk to each other.
And I don't see what for. There wasn't a penalty. It was just a timeout.
No, just a. And they still didn't take a timeout off the board for St. Aug.
And the clock didn't run down, so it should be a
clock issue. They're trying to reset the clock here, too.
Yeah, I mean, again, constant issues. I wonder if they just have a malfunction problem with the clock. That's all I can imagine with all of these issues we've seen tonight.
The clock run down. I didn't realize the clock ran down after they called the timeout.
So, again, we just sit and we wait with the ball at the 23-yard line with a 2nd and 9. Well, you know, Richard's saying the ref started the clock when the ball was set ready for play. And now they started again, which means St. Aug could not have called timeout.
No, it was the injury timeout. That's
right. So the 2nd and 9.
Take your time, guys.
Yeah, that's right. No need to go anywhere. And I know they don't like playing that way. That's how they have to play now.
You have to.
Run that play clock down. Should snap it with about 2 minutes left on 2nd and 9. Brogy takes the snap. Gives to Jordan Swilling. Bucks forward. Ran through a tackle. Got to the 28. Going to be 3rd and 4. And now they'll call timeout. Will St. Aug. And the biggest play of the game is coming up.
Absolutely.
5-yard gain for Jordan Swilling. He's got 147 yards and 3 touchdowns. And now at the 28, 3rd and 4. This is it for Brother Martin. Make this first down here. Be happy.
You're in good shape.
Don't make it and then sweat.
Well, you still got 2 timeouts, St. Aug does. And so, I mean, they can use them strategically.
Right.
But yeah, it would be nice to get this first down and keep driving the ball and burning more and more clock so we can get another one of those rugby-style kicks, worst-case scenario, punts, and then get it down, to make them drive it under a minute.
Yep.
You got to almost play that kind of ball, but it all leads to this down right now.
If you get the first down here and you keep the clock running, they got to use their timeout. And I'm not saying the game's over, but you can take it down, far, far, far.
Right.
So this is just huge. I mean, this is, like Kenny, you just said, either relax or sweat.
On a night where it's pretty much impossible to sweat.
Shiver.
There you go. I like that.
This brisk 66-degree temperature outside. Balmy.
3rd and 5. And regardless of what you do here, you got to figure number 9's got to be involved in it in some way, shape, or form. I don't think you want to take a chance throwing the ball because you stop the clock on an incomplete pass.
Watch Brogy pulling the ball.
That too. If you see, he just makes a read.
Yeah, he's been getting
3rd and 5 at the
it.
28. Big play here. 3rd and 4 at the 28. 3rd and 4. Brogy He's going to throw a flat pass to
Atta
Swilling.
boy.
That's going to work, and
Get
it's going to go
outside.
big. He's at the 40.
Stay in
He's at the
bounds.
50.
Or
He
just score.
goes to
Go.
the 30. He's gone.
There you go.
They're not
Great
going to
job.
catch Jordan Swilling. Shot out of a cannon, just like that.
Great
Touchdown,
play.
Brother Martin.
Great call.
That should do it. 72 yards. Just get it in the hands of number 9. And if you're going to
Wait.
throw it, just throw a little flat pass. But again, another flag.
Is that a flag?
Are you kidding me? Where is the
On
flag?
the far side of the field, that's a late
Oh,
flag.
wow. And now one over here, too. I mean, this is crazy. This would have been 72 yards and a game clincher. Unbelievable run
gotta
by
be
Jordan
kidding.
Swilling.
And it was a great play call, too, because, they were anticipating
Well, we're
him
trying to
going between
figure
the
out what's
tackles.
going on here. Let's see. Want to figure out what's going on
Oh,
here.
you got to be kidding
What is
me.
the penalty on the
I mean,
far side
again,
of the
they've
field?
taken forever to talk
It's at
about
the
this.
40.
I mean, well, there's a flag right here, first of all. And then
That's
there's
a
another
late
flag.
flag.
That's late after the play, but there's one back down the field at the 40, which you got to believe is an illegal block where it occurred because that's where Jordan Swilling was
come
running. Yeah,
on.
What
you
is
had
that?
to believe that.
Where did he have to get to for the first? 31?
They had to be
they
the
got it- now they got
32-yard
a
line.
dead ball
They had to get to
foul,
the
too.
32-yard line. This is marked
That's
to the
terrible.
31. That's a
Oh,
yard,
that's
but now
so
a dead ball, too.
Dumb.
Wow. 2 fouls on play. So, unreal.
Wow.
Lack
So a
of discipline.
3-yard completion to the 31. You give him credit for it, and the penalty marked off, second penalty. So 13 yards on the completion.
You know, and the thing
Officially,
is,
41.
that is so stupid. I'm sorry, but
Oh, it is.
to get a dead ball foul where even if you get the hold, it's 3rd and 1. You still get the game away. Instead, you get 3rd and forever. And unless you make a play, you got to give them the ball back with 2 timeouts. I'm going to be quiet for a second.
That's it. So the 10-yard penalty to the 31, followed by the 15-yard penalty to the 16. Unreal.
What was the dead ball? Did they say
It was
did
a
they
late.
mention?
It's us.
A late
It's
hit?
something or hit, pushed him, or yelled, or who knows.
All right, guys.
That's 13 penalties, 118 yards. Here's a
Wide
quick
receiver
flip pass
screen.
outside. Caught, tackled at the 21. As St. Aug gets the stop, and they'll get the timeout.
Calling timeout.
As they got it to Singleton. He picked up about 5, but a timeout with 1:39 left.
Yeah, it was a well-run play. We've seen it before, but they had to get a lot more than 5-6 yards to pick up the first. Now, Brother Martin, they're going to have one of those
You guys play to
punting
make a play.
against the win, but you're going to have to go down. You're going to have to cover, and hey, St. Aug's still going to have one timeout left, and they got 1:39 left on the clock, and we've seen him score. You said it last time, Kenny, in 17 seconds.
Right.
So this is all the time in the world St. Aug needs.
It is. With the timeout left, Brother Martin needs a good punt here. Remember that rugby-style kick has worked extremely well twice, and St. Aug has not adjusted to it on both occasions. Now, the key is the guy for St. Aug in the receiving position to our side of the field, Paul Keller, he's got to keep his position because what's been happening is when he sees that rugby play,
He
he's been
runs up.
moving out of
Yeah.
position, and he's losing contain of the ball, and the ball gets by him, and it just rolls, and Brother Martin gets great field position. Let's see if St. Aug adjusts. Let's see if Alfonso can come through with a nice punt here. With 1:39 left in this wild ball game. 44-40, Brother Martin holding on. St. Aug with a real shot. 4th and 11. Alfonso, rugby-style kick again. Got it off. Bouncing in midfield to the 45. Dangerous job of fielding it by St. Aug's receiver. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That ball was going to die anyway. I mean, you got to be kidding me. But he got it at the 45. That's Landry. St. Aug with 1:31 left at their own 45. Down by 4. And might have the last shot at winning this game. It's up to the Brother Martin defense now and the St. Augustine offense. 1:31 to play.
We need somebody to come up with a big play, guys. Come on, defense.
Want to finish
go,
here.
guys.
Justice McCoy in shotgun. 4-man defensive front. Snap it. McCoy looks, steps up and throws. It's caught. Landry
Right over
makes
the
a
middle.
move. He's at the 40, 35. He's at the 30, 25, 20 and out of bounds. Great throw. And boy, what a difference Darrell Landry has made in the second half. They went to him, and he has ignited this team.
Yeah, he is absolutely eating up the middle of the field. Simon Anderson, the middle linebacker, just can't keep up with him and just can't match his speed and basically running right by him. Simple pitch and catch, throwing it right over the middle for a big gain.
26 yards and a first down to the 19-yard line. McCoy in shotgun again. Takes the snap, retreats, steps up, wants to run. They got it this time. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. Minute 15 and counting, and the clock will run.
Plenty of time. You got to make 3 more stops, guys. Come on.
All right, this is when the defense has to realize, look, the back of the end zone, that's another defender. He can throw over you. He's not been very accurate all the way downfield, so you don't have to let him pick you apart underneath. Watch quarterback draw, watch the little dink and ducks, make it throw it over your head.
2nd and 10 of the 19. McCoy rolling right under pressure. Stops, looks, throws, man wide open. At the 10 and inside the 10 near a first down and out of bounds, which will stop the clock. That's Keller. To the short side of the field.
Scramble.
45 seconds left.
They're trying to run twist, trying to get to him, but McCoy's just doing a great job of setting up his blockers and rolling out to the right side, finding that open wide receiver.
1st and goal at the 9 as Keller made the catch. He's got 5 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown. And give McCoy a lot of credit. He's really been good. 1st and goal.
He's been very good.
Watch Darrell Landry, the inside receiver, on this trip set.
1st and goal. Spread them out with 5 receivers. 45 seconds left. McCoy in shotgun. Takes the snap, looking, steps up. He's in trouble. He gets out of it. He's going to run. He's at the 5. He's at the 2, the 1. He's in. Touchdown, Justin McCoy. He's in.
We had him wrapped up.
Touchdown, McCoy, with 35 seconds left, and it's 46-44 Purple Knights. What a run.
Unbelievable. We had a 4-man front going, exactly the defense we wanted to play. Defensive backs, linebackers did a great job of covering. McCoy stepped up, and it looked like it might have been Clapp that got a hand on his ankles. McCoy did a good job of spinning out of it, getting to the end zone.
Give St. Aug all the credit in the world. They've done a great job, and they deserve it.
And Justice McCoy has really come up big, and there is a player down. Is that McCoy? Trying to spot it. Yeah, I think it might be him. He took the hit.
Yeah.
Man, what a game he's played. Just coming through in a big way. 2nd touchdown rushing. He's thrown for 327 yards. He's rushed for 135 yards.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he has been a one-man terror here tonight, despite the 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. And that tells you something, too, that he's able to bounce back from that.
You know, I told Chad before we came to the stadium, Kenny, that I was kind of worried about this with the offense. St. Aug runs able to spread us out the way Carr had trouble. Carr gave us trouble, I should say, 2 weeks ago. And, you know, unfortunately, I was right. But, you know, let's try to stop this 2-point conversion here, and a field goal wins the game here. 35 seconds, you got a timeout, you got explosive offense, you always have a shot. But it's unfortunate. You know, you had the game salted away.
Yeah.
You get a touchdown to put it away, and then you have not only a hole, but then just a horrible personal foul call that basically cost your team a football game.
Yeah.
And it's
unnecessary. We talked about it the whole 4th quarter about keeping you cool, and it was getting chippy and everything else. And you
felt
can't
coming.
hurt your team. You've got to remain.
Lack of discipline. All
right, he got up. That is fantastic. That's really good to see. It is McCoy. Not only did he get up, he's bouncing around.
He had the wind knocked out of him.
It had to be. I mean, to be down
Once
like
you
that.
can breathe again, you feel yourself.
Yeah, and that's you know that feeling, I'm sure.
Many times.
Not pretty. Well, give that kid all the credit in the world. Give St. Augustine all the credit in the world. Scoring twice here in the latter minutes and they're going to try to kick an extra point up by 2, and this is big now.
Is this that third string kicker?
It's got to be. Bukri will try the extra point.
Left-footed third string kicker.
Yeah, it's Bukri. Mark Bukri. Left-footed kicker. Snap is good. Spot is down. The kick is up. He hit it hard, and he hit it through.
Got it.
So with 35 seconds left, it's still not out of reach. It's 47-44, and you got the wind at your back. So Brother Mark needs a big return here. They ought to get good field position.
Well, the wind, they're going into the wind.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. So, but still, you need. They've had good things, and this game's not over. But boy, you need
a return. That's what it's all going to come down to.
Return to put yourself in position, and then see what happens. But
now, if you're St. Aug right now, do you squib it? Do you kick it, close to being out of bounds? You haven't had much success kicking it downfield, so you got to think that you just put it up in the air and hope Brother Martin Fair catches it and see how it plays out. But I don't know if St. Aug has those options to where they have kickers that can do various things. But I think right now, what Brother Martin's got to feel like is you got to set up a return and you got to get the ball, at least across the 50 if you got one timeout.
And it looks like Bukri will be the guy to kick it off for St. Augustine. And
let's hope they make a mistake and kick it to Bruce.
There is Bruce Jordan Swilling and Jeremy Singleton, two extremely dangerous return men back. I can't imagine they'll kick it deep, but you never know. You never know. You really don't.
No. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
The Purple Light Band strikes up a tune, and you can imagine they're excited. As well they should be.
Yeah, this is big
gutsy effort by St. Augustine.
Oh, yeah.
No,
got to imagine. You got to just admire what they've been able to do here. Up against it, looked like they were done. Down 17 in the second half.
You can
down 2 scores late in the fourth quarter.
Changing.
Bukri's kick is a ground ball, and it bounces high. Swilling got it at about the 15. He's in trouble, though, and Jordan Swilling's got nowhere to go. Bottled up at the 19 with 30 seconds left, and now they need a play. Go back to that wheel play. I'd like Jordan Swilling out of the backfield.
Yeah, give you a shot.
Get him isolated, and now you got a player down for St. Aug again. And that's Giovanni LaFrance, and he's one of their star players. Boy, is he good.
Yeah.
6'3", 230, some linebacker, and he's down. It's been that type of game. Again, and that's this league. We said that earlier, talked about it at halftime. I mean, every week you got to show up, and you got to play and play well. If you don't, you're not going to win.
Happen. No, absolutely. And the penalties and
turning the ball over, just
big plays. Yeah, it'll come
lack
back
of focus.
Yeah, you're not. A team's just not going to give you a win. And especially a team not like St. Aug.
I think Lenny's right. I mean, Brother Martin got caught up a little bit in the competitiveness, I guess you would say. A lot of pushing and talking and stuff going on. It goes both ways, but you got to try to play above that.
Yeah,
forget about it and play. And unfortunately, a few mistakes here. The first half, it was focus mistakes with pre-snap penalties and such.
Yeah, but
second half, it's been the critical mistakes with personal fouls and things of the like.
If you don't get that personal foul, it's 3rd and 1, and you pick up the thing, and the game's over.
Correct.
Instead, it's 3rd and 16.
And keep in mind, this all came after
the touchdown.
St. Aug's coach got ejected at 15 yards.
Right.
Gave Brother Martin point-blank opportunity there. Brother Martin's on the ball, ready to roll at their own 19 with 30 seconds left, one timeout. St. Aug's defense just getting there. Jordan Swilling in the backfield with Brogy on 1st and 10. Jake the snap. Play fakes. Looking. He's just going to gun it deep down the middle. And it is going to be intercepted.
That's a flag.
Flag is down, though. Flag is down. Intercepted. And loose on the return is Warren McGee. Warren McGee will go down. But again, there is a flag down, so hold everything. It's interference on St. Aug. Unbelievable. This is amazing.
That's good, but you lost that 16 seconds right there.
Right, you couldn't get him down.
No, but it's still amazing that they get this penalty and they're still alive and not much time left. 14 seconds and a timeout left. Should be a 15-yard penalty, which would put it to the 34-yard line.
Still need a ways, and you got to stop the clock. So basically, one more play. Get out of bounds or stop the clock, and then hopefully you have the distance to kick a field goal.
14 penalties, 121 yards on St. Aug, 13 and 118 on Brother Martin.
Unbelievable.
13 penalties, unbelievable.
14 seconds left.
Yeah, I think, Kenny, at this point, run everybody downfield, get Swilling out in the flat, and see if he can make some people miss.
Well, you see this game, guys, and you kind of wonder how St. Aug started 0-3, right?
Oh, God.
I tell you what, just
took them a while to get warmed up.
I guess. I mean, they lost a good team. They barely lost to an unbeaten McDonough 35 team, 26-20. They lost to an unbeaten Scotlandville team, but they got hammered, 41-12, here in New Orleans. And then they lost to a good Landry Walker team, 13-6. Right. So the point is they've been in tough. They played really good teams. And that showed up last week when they beat Jesuit, 32-20. And it's continued here tonight when they're ahead of a better Brother Martin team.
Yeah, I mean, this is by far the worst game Brother Martin's played this year. I mean, just the penalties, turnovers, lack of focus defensively. It just ends up costing you a football game here, unless a miracle gets pulled out here in the last 14 seconds. But it's unfortunate. But give St. Aug all the credit in the world. They made the plays when they needed to.
Yeah, and again, Coach Bonise harps on it, just about closing teams out. That's when you know you're a champion, is when you can close a team out. And we've had opportunities. We had multiple opportunities last week and this week. Last week we did it. This week, unless something comes up.
34-yard line. Snap it. Brogy wants to throw it underneath. He does, and Robertson drops the ball. And that might not have been the worst thing because he didn't have a whole lot of space. 11 seconds left. And you still got 2 plays left with a timeout. 2nd and 10.
Big tight end.
This game is approaching 3 hours and 20 minutes.
It's a long time.
Oh, my.
And I got to call the wife, tell her I'm going to be late. If you're listening, Gina.
I still got to go and write a story. 2nd and 10. Brother Martin moved. They didn't call it.
Yes,
now they did. Smith was premature. Brogy's rolling. He's just going to gun it down the field deep for Robertson. Jump ball and incomplete. It's almost just as well because it's coming back anyway. Smith was premature. It's just been one of those games. I mean, those are the things that happen. That's the lack of focus I spoke of, those kind of penalties right there.
And that's a St. Aug as bad as we saw them play in the third quarter.
Oh, man, they look finished. I mean,
yeah, you thought they were done.
You leave a little crack in the door, and they're gonna walk on through, and they're going to take advantage of all those opportunities that we gave them.
I mean, the jolt of confidence that St. Augustine will get from this game is got to be through the ceiling.
And
they've knocked off the defending state champions last week, and they knocked off a team that everybody considers to be a top 5 team. It was illegal motion. It was a clear penalty, easy to spot.
Cheryl leading the Catholic League right now?
Yeah, they're leading the Catholic League with Holy Cross.
Holy Cross 2-0.
Barring something miraculous.
That will be 14 penalties and 123 yards. To the 29-yard line.
14 penalties. Jeez.
And now the clock's down to 1 second. So this will be the last play of the game unless there's a penalty. And we've seen a few of those.
Yeah.
So you never know.
You're not kidding.
Oh,
Might be the last play of the game.
Could be.
Oh, man. I am mentally exhausted. Just going.
Yeah, I guess.
The ups and downs of this, the momentum swings, it's exhausting just calling the game.
Well, I think you guys said it earlier. When we said earlier in the game, it looked like it was going to be a shootout. And you said, boy, I sure hope not.
I hope not.
And that's precisely what happened, with a lot of strange things in between. I mean, a 37-20 game, and Brother Martin was in control.
Yep, and
then they're still up 11 in the fourth quarter, and then looked like they've got a game-clinching touchdown. But a penalty in space and then compounded. That's the one Lenny mentioned. Because it would have been 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. 3rd and 1's, hey.
Makeable. You can't compound it, but they did. And that, to me, was the play.
The next drive was 17 seconds they scored.
Yeah.
That's inexcusable. I mean, frankly, it's inexcusable.
And now 1 second left on the clock. This should be the final play of the game.
Good or bad.
You don't count your chickens either way, the way this crazy thing is unfolded. 3 deep for St. Aug. Could have a lateral play coming here. Brogy under pressure, stepped up and throws, and that's it.
No, there you go.
It's incomplete anyway, and the game's over. Well, I mean, they got pressure on Brogy and put him on the ground. He's slow to rise, and this game's over. And St. Augustine has beaten Brother Martin 47-44. What a tremendous win for the Purple Knights. Just a great job by St. Augustine here tonight. Kudos and credit, all credit due to Al Jones and his team for coming from behind and fighting back and winning a game that really they didn't look like they had any chance to win it many times here in the second half.
They did, and I tell you what, you got to give them credit. As bad as I feel personally from being a Brother Martin alumni, I hate to see him lose, but you got to give credit to St. Aug for sticking around and just taking advantage of all the opportunities. They did a wonderful job, and the game was a shootout, Lenny, and I never like a shootout with a team that's faster than and more athletic, but Brother Martin had the opportunities to nail down that coffin lid and close the door, but they never did. St. Aug was able to stick around and took advantage of every opportunity, and kudos to him.
Multiple opportunities to close the door, Chad, and they couldn't do it. Multiple occasions, and you can't get it done, and that's the unfortunate thing. Too many turnovers, too many penalties, too many untimely penalties. can't get a first down when you need it, and can't get off the field defensively in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter.
No, and I really think that, and not to cut you off, but I really think that the swing was we saw a defensive adjustment in the third quarter when we went to 3 defensive linemen and we had 5 linebackers and 3 safeties, and it seemed we were getting pressure, and McCoy, we were keeping them contained. But I really think that they were worn out, whether they wasn't subbed or the defense dictated that we had to keep them on the field, and those 3 guys that were effective in the third quarter were very ineffective in the fourth quarter. And we saw McCoy instantly get his confidence back, and once that happened, be it him running the ball or throwing the ball, he ripped us apart, and that's when the game changed.
In the last 3 weeks against Carr, against Curtis, and against St. Albans, I'll be honest with you, they had chances to put away all 3 teams early, and they didn't. And it ended up being 3 3-point games. You won 2 and lost 1, when frankly none of them should have been close. But that's football. That's what happens when you're dealing with 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. But you got to strap it up again next week, and it's 1 loss, 1 game, and you got 5 more to play, and then you got the playoffs too. So all's not lost, but it certainly is disappointing.
Well, quite a comeback, quite a win for St. Augustine here tonight. 47-44 over Brother Martin. We'll take a timeout here. We'll return in just a moment. This is Brother Martin Crusaders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and through SportsNola.com.